This Friday ain't black, cause we ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. Well, I stand up and never quit. We ain't buying shit. From the 25th of November to the 5th of December, remember, we ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. This Friday ain't black, cause we got each other's back. We ain't buying shit. We ain't buying shit. We ain't buying. We ain't buying. We ain't buying shit. Shaka Khan.
Nobody's nothing and tell them nothing about what the hell it is that they doing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't going back. If you don't like what you hear here, if you don't like what you hear here, if you don't like what you hear here, go the fuck on. If you don't like what you see on Kendra Damn G, go the fuck on. If you don't like what you see over on Ashley's show, go the fuck on. Why is it that y'all think that you can control shit? Get your own YouTube channel, start it the fuck up, and do whatever the hell it is that you want. But I promise you, I'm not gonna come over to nobody's nothing and tell them nothing about what the hell it is that they're doing. You go the fuck on. If you don't like what you hear here, go the fuck on. If you don't like what you hear here, if you don't like, go the fuck on. If you don't like what you hear here, go the fuck on. Go the fuck on. Go the fuck on.
I'm gonna let you know right now, your mama's a hoe. It doesn't matter that that's your mama and what your certain feelings about her. Your mama is a hoe. She's a hoe.
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
I beg your pardon?
I'm selling coats. I'm selling coats.
I'm supposed to feel sorry for that bitch. I don't.
Because I've lost all respect for that bitch. B-I-C-T-H. And I'm standing on it.
Because y'all got false narratives out there, and y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black. Y'all are black. And y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power.
Just to let you niggas know, we don't need y'all. We want y'all, but we don't need you.
20 years later.
Our black men, we want all y'all back. Because we love you, we see you, kings, and most importantly, we need you. And most importantly, we need you.
And most importantly, we need you.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
The racism that you're experiencing and the struggle to make ends meet actually means the diet don't work for you the same.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
It is difficult. You don't go blind because you married. I see titties and booties every day. Huh? I see titties and booties every day.
I see titties and booties every day.
I see titties and booties every day. Brothers, y'all gonna leave me out here? I need the men to stand up and say amen. If you ain't saying that, all sir. Let the church say amen. Titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and every day. Titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and
Wait, the wing makes go.
What kind of shit is that?
booties, booties and titties and titties and booties, titties and titties and titties and every day. Booties and titties and titties and booties, booties and titties and titties and booties, booties and titties and titties and booties, booties and titties and titties and every day. Titties and booties, 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 titties and booties. I need the men to stand up and say amen. Brothers, y'all gonna leave me out here? Titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties, titties and booties. I see titties and every day, titties and booties.
And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know what, whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that. Okay. I can't read it. There's no words on it. There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out. What is for credits? I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away.
Happy Tuesday. Let me know you can hear the soundboard, that you can hear me, because we got to talk. Testing, 1, 2, 3. We are in the middle of a severe thunderstorm watch, so hopefully it can hold off, or if it comes, it doesn't hurt anything. Let me know that you can hear me. Whoever just said that the thing has been debunked, I feel like I heard that, so thank you for letting me know. I don't know if somebody else heard it. No soundboard? Okay. Not asleep. Okay. I hear it. I don't know why. All right, then I don't need this shit. If it's not going to work, I don't need it. Anyway, so shout out to all of y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. We got to talk, and I'm upset that I'm not going to be able to use this because I think I'm going to need it. So last night, if you were here, shout out to y'all. If you weren't, you can watch it today because we're about to go ahead and go over the live stream from last night on the panel from Masker Brothers. Shout out to Jeff and Crimson and Maggie that were on last night talking about Nolan Wells. And clearly, there's some people who don't know what's going on with the Nolan Wells case. Okay, so Listen, y'all were texting me during it, sending me messages, calling, and all this other stuff. I've talked to quite a few people because I know I wasn't crazy, all right? And from all of everything I got from everybody, you know what I say, when you're in somebody else's house, you got to know how to act, okay? That's what my parents taught me. You act appropriately, okay? But child, I'm home now, okay? So get them viewer discretion advises together. Because ain't no playing with me today. Because motherfuckers think that they're going to sit up here and play my motherfucking face. Let me tell y'all something, as y'all already know. If I came up on this here internet and I laid Trinidad out, and you know that's my boo, right? You know damn well. If I laid that nigga out, that I got a problem with anybody else, and I don't. And that's what we're going to do today. Day. What I couldn't say yesterday, I'm going to freely say it the fuck today, okay? Because in my opinion, as usual, like I always say, ain't no sisterhood. Ain't none. And you think that in real fucking time, you heard? Oh, so I could be the scapegoat around here? So I could be the one that everybody want to talk about around this bitch? Oh, that's what we doing? I told y'all, like I even been on fatties. Y'all already know I can control myself. I'm not one of those emotional women. I got to snap and I got to be telling everybody. I can do that at home. We home now, okay? So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. Because if one thing that we can say over here, even with all the trolls, if we ain't following this Nolan shit, nobody is. If we ain't following this Nolan shit, nobody is. And a lot of these people clearly ain't up to date, don't know what the fuck they talking about, but talking and thinking that somebody gonna put me in my motherfucking place. That's what it seemed like to me. So help me understand. I'm trying to understand at 55, I'm probably the oldest person on that motherfucking panel. Who the fuck people think they messing with? I am not the 1, the 2, nor the motherfucking 3. You heard? Now, I don't know if this is going to be a problem for future. I will take that motherfucking chance because like I said, if I can come up here and lay out trend, then I will come up here and lay any motherfucking body out. You heard? I don't give a fuck who they are. But we about to get into it. I'm really upset that this damn soundboard don't work. Whoever just said that audio has been debunked, I don't remember where I saw that at, but I believe that to be true. But I don't have anything yet. I'm not going into anything new tonight, y'all. I'm just watching. I'm doing this video. And I'm going to be done by 9 because JP is going to do a stream tonight and I don't want to interrupt him. I don't know that he's here. But all my hoes demonetized is going to stream tonight. So I want to make sure that I get out of his way. So we're going to get straight to it. So this was called Ladies Table 14 breaking news, leaked audio from Nolan Wells. The audio that we now know is fake. Not that, after I started seeing who the source was for this shit, some TikToker, as always, is some TikToker that knows so much. Everybody on TikTok knows everything. You know what? I didn't do that. Thank you, Troy. Let me do that. Hold on a second. Ooh. That sounded like a power surge just now. All right, let me let it reboot itself. Thank you, boo. I appreciate you. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Forgot what I was saying. Oh, okay. So as a TikToker, because everybody gets their information from TikTok for some reason. I don't understand why. Anyway, so that I enhanced it and I pulled this out and I turned this down and this is what you can hear. And then they list everything that they fucking said. What are we doing right now? Right? All right. If that's what you want to say, that's what you want to say. Then I watch my one of the people who are on it like we are. Because we watch everything unlike others. I listened to Ringo, who was on last night all damn night long. And he basically, I guess it's a DJ thing. Any DJs here is CDT Beats here. So they know how that shit works with pulling down the sound and all this other shit. Yeah, I saw that TMZ is kind of retracting as well. But it's just some bitch that's talking about, well, I'm an executive producer of Drake. Some bullshit like that. And I pulled the equalizer down and I put the presets up and all this other shit. And I saw that and I was like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this bitch? Oh, so everybody just believing it. And then they start putting what all the words are. Okay. All right. It may have been TMZ that I saw where it's like, all right. All right. Fine. So again, I'll get to that maybe in the morning or maybe tomorrow night stream. But today we got other business to take care of. Shout out to RB, and I appreciate you, boo. He said this message is brought to you by the Friends of Messi. Oh, I was about to turn. Let me turn this thing back on. Well, yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you. But let's get into it because we ain't got all day. Now she got that from chat. What did Chat GPT say? Everybody's a fucking expert over there. I can't even believe that they sitting up here talking about we gotta boycott white people. Oh, Nancy Grace is on the case. So, somebody named Sam, some old ass white man on fucking TikTok. Now they want all of his info. Anyway, child, let's get this party started. Shout out to y'all. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Coming up, sir. Can you give me a description? Ankles. Hello?
Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just thinking. I don't know. Like we're going down there.
There's been a lot of chatter online, especially since Ben Crump announced the results of the preliminary autopsy in Nolan Wells's death. And there are people speculating that it somehow shows foul play, indicates foul play. Ben Crump said that the medical examiner did not rule it out. There are other people who are saying it proves nothing, that it doesn't show anything involving foul play, certainly not racism. You can't tell that from an autopsy. But a lot of people are trying to read into
Harvey looked like a Neanderthal.
This preliminary finding and figure out, well, what does it all mean? And the only reason I want to do this right now is it doesn't really mean anything yet. That the information that is available does not prove accident, foul play, anything. And it doesn't lean one way or another. The injury to the back of his head could be foul play, but it also could be pooling from the body laying on a slab, which was the case when the body was.
He said, could be. Nobody knows anything. It just could be. It could be. It could be. It could be.
Examined by the Mississippi medical examiner. So we don't know. It could be one. It could be the other. We don't.
Wales bombshell tonight. The dead teen's messages deleted after his body washes ashore.
None deleted message been confirmed yet because they ain't even give the fucking phone up. Ain't nobody gone to the phone company to confirm anything about deleted messages because they ain't no Snapchats and all of a sudden everything was deleted. Just because somebody said, then it must be true, right? Nothing confirmed on deleted messages because we know, because we looking at this shit, so we know what the fuck is going on.
Caitlin, now allegations have reared their ugly head that his phone has been tampered with and items have been deleted. Explain.
They had his phone. And when his mother was looking for his phone when he was missing, there were two different ways to identify it, either a Snapchat location or a Life 360 location. They showed different locations, which is very possible because one updates automatically, the other only updates when you open the app.
Child, I got headphones that's still showing that I lost because like when I have this headphone that I use sometimes, this right here, I lost this one. Yeah, I got another pair. Look, I lost this one. It's still showing the last place that it was at. And it's wrong. Okay. These things don't even update properly at all. It just gives you an idea of where your shit is. I be all the way over here. It's saying my computer is someplace it's right next to me. Okay. It just gives you a kind of idea. If you go on to find my phone or find my computer or find my whatever, you might get a better idea where your shit is. You can't even depend on that shit, even on this damn phone. I'm just speaking for myself on how Apple works, has worked. Maybe it's not the same for some of y'all, but for me, it's been a mess.com somewhat. Oh, you know what? Shout out. I'm sorry, I didn't see these. Shout out to Gemini being a member for 9 months. I appreciate you, honey. Said, and here we go. I just turned on the stream labs thing. Thank you so much. G Dubs, thank you for the gold coin, boo. I appreciate you. Shout out to Gemini for the silver star. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to Reaper. So who are we boycotting again? Hit the like button. Every effing body, child. If you black, you boycotting everybody. Okay, in case you didn't know. But anyway, okay, that's what it said. Fine.
But when she finally tracked it down, she says there was nothing on it from that day.
A big contradiction on television was you said in your interview that you were really, really good friends with Nolan, his best friend. Nolan's mother said on television that as if she don't even know you.
Have you spoken to Tristan since Nolan's passing, and how are you responding to his account of what happened?
So first of all, we don't know Tristan. We've never met him. So to say, best friend, childhood friend, that's a bit of a stretch.
So what's the truth in that?
The fact that anybody is be like, see, Because you know that all your kids is friends, all your parents know. That's how ignorant people are being. Yeah. I know all my kids is friends when they was younger. So that's the narrative that the color community wants to go with. So y'all really think that you know all your kids is friends. Okay. Whatever y'all say, whatever the fuck y'all say, knowing damn well that shit is not necessarily true.
And how did that affect you? How did that make you feel?
So she originally touched and she said that we weren't childhood best friends. And she's not wrong. She's not wrong. I moved to Ocean Springs in 9th grade. I met Nolan in 9th grade.
Of Nolan Xavier Wells. He conducted and presented.
Child, this might as well be caricature.
This report on July 19th, 2026. Preliminary report, second autopsy, death of Nolan Xavier Wells. Cause of death, undetermined, pending investigation. And we'll explain that as we go through the report.
All right, so watch this video and then I'm going to respond.
Believe that.
Do you think race might be a factor?
Like my wife said, I don't want to believe that, but it's just so many things have happened. And
he continues to go on and say,
Oh, yeah, y'all remember that? Shout out to Ms. AB. Y'all remember that? I guess that's just, nobody sees that, even though it was just played, right? He don't even believe that it's racism. And because we look at everything, we saw Michi X have a fit because the mama has never said that it's racism. But y'all, if the color community says it's racism, then everybody got to get on board because you know it's in the code and say that it's racism just cuz. Just cuz. And yes, I say cuz because I'm country too. STW Media, I think that's what it says. Thank you so much for the gold coin. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Yes, then they shut his ass down. You ain't really heard from him since, okay? He can't speak. The mama got to speak. Even Michi X said that. You the father. Well, we know that he's the stepfather now. I wonder if everyone knows that. We know that. He ain't the daddy. I wonder if everyone knows that the mama is Asian, but she phenotypes as a black woman. And everybody gonna accept that. Even though colors, y'all supposed to be boycotting Asians. Make it make sense. I be so confused. This is why we can't keep up with this code, right? Because we go and figure out what the fuck is actually going on with this shit instead of listening to people like fucking caricature, okay? But y'all go ahead and listen to a ghetto boy. Go listen to a ghetto boy. Makes sense to me. Chris Rosa, I think that says, thank you so much for the gold coin. I appreciate you. Shout out to Deborah. Thank you for the jewels. 250 jewels, a clapping seal. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. Thank you so much. Please make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Son didn't see color, and that is exactly why he's no longer with us. Because y'all want to get up here and behave as if you are not a black man and he is not a black man. And that is
oh, so you mean to tell me, because this is Tiana and you know she drives me nuts, but what she's saying is accurate, right? So they was living amongst all these white people in the deep south of Mississippi. They was down there in the deep state. They was down there doing the damn thing. Doctor, y'all ain't tell me what that man do, but whatever he do, they successful. We seen to where the house is, what it looked like. They ain't hurting for nothing. They doing good. They doing good. Representing the Philippines. Does everybody know that? That the mama in her bio representing the Philippines. Nolan in his bio, rest in peace, Nolan. Representing the Philippines. She got her Filipino. Thank you, Miss Filipino Doctor. We appreciate you, child. You can't ask any questions. I can't. But y'all said y'all was boycotting Asians. But y'all going all over a cliff. Because you need a white win. You need a white win so bad that y'all gonna do anything and say anything, regardless of even what the parents say. So it don't even matter what the parents say, child. It don't even matter what they think. They've been living a good ass life amongst these white people. A good ass life, mind you. Nolan, good kid. Everybody say he's a good kid, doing good things. He on the football team, the basketball team, whatever other team he was doing. Good schooling, nice man, nice young man, sweet and kind, all that good stuff. Amongst all that racism down there in the deep south of Mississippi? What? And the parents won't even say that it's racism. But child, once Ben Crump come around, and I'm not even talking about him today, but once Ben Crump come around, it's racism because that's what he's there for. Now everything is racism. And still the mama and the daddy ain't say that it was racism yet. But going over that cliff, color community, gone over that cliff, child. Okay? Thank you, boo. He said, konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, bitches. Do y'all hear that? Konnichiwa. Shout out to Dwayne Wayne. That's where I know that from a different world. I forget where he used to work at. But anyway, shout out to you, boo. I appreciate you. No, all right. F it. Anyway, so yeah, so then you got Tiana up here running off at the mouth because they won't say that it's racism.
Why this continues to happen, because y'all keep trying to play this integrated game. This will continue to happen until Black people accept that you're different and they don't like us.
Blacks, you gotta accept that white people don't like you and you're different. And you're a second-class citizen. Don't forget that.
Parents are sacrificing their children to be accepted a part of another community. How many more times do these boys have to die and the parents show you each and every time that they are the fucking issue and nobody is speaking on it?
Have y'all ever seen this before? Have y'all ever seen this video prior? And I said synced prior to last night. Have y'all ever seen this video before?
I think that's why. Bro, you can have a fucking life jacket on her feet. I'll just wait. Oh, you have a life jacket. No, I'm black. It doesn't matter. Oh, yes, it does. I'll just find a way. Hey. Bro, you have a life jacket. I'm standing right now. Hold on. You can hang right here if you want. Yeah, I might drown. You won't drown. Bro, I'm trying to get over there. You're not going to drown. I promise you're not drown. There you go. What's your name? Hey. What's your name? My name is Marquise. Everybody calls me Lamar. That would be like vanilla.
So as a content creator that's been on here for going on 5 years in November, I see a lot of shit. Y'all see a lot of shit. I ain't never seen this shit before. I'm not saying that it didn't come out, but it definitely looks made up to me. But, you know, I was told that it's not. Now, we see a lot of things that look fake a lot of the times. And, you know, it's not saying that we can't learn any lessons from anything, right? You know, people are desperate to go viral. But so this allegedly happened. Now, all of a sudden, it comes back out now. Comes out. It allegedly is supposed to show the racism. I mean, the boys that are back there making chimpanzee noise from what I was told and telling him that his dad is in prison and all that shit. Okay. Fan the fames of racism. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Not with that editing. It's not real. Who's recording? Who's recording? Who's recording? Who? Where? How? All right. I don't think it looked real. Shout out to Celine. I appreciate you. She said I had a job interview last Thursday. My reference listed told me yesterday assistant principal called her for the school interview, which is a good sign. Absolutely. Good luck. Keep us posted, boo. Shout out to Celine trying to work. Generation Z trying to work out here.
Hey, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was okay getting over here. They think I'm about to swim back. I can't even swim.
Good job right now.
Yeah.
Talk around both of this. And it's my first time here.
It's your first time? Well, welcome.
Yeah.
So is the message here that white people are bad because the people on the barge, I don't know what you want to call it, are treating him badly? Or are the white people bad here that took him on and helped him? Let's just go ahead and go with it, yeah. So are the white people bad that are on the barge, or are the white people bad here that are helping him along? Which one is it? Which one is bad? I'm confused. I'm confused because white people ain't no good, and you know they hate y'all. They hate us. Not my bad. They hate us all. Okay? I don't know how any of us are surviving. Lord have mercy. I don't know how all of us are surviving. Okay? Okay. Which white people is bad here? I'm confused. Which one? Which one?
How'd you get over here?
Yeah, they need to take that way over there, and they had 2 life jackets.
I'm glad we ran into you. You fucking pussy.
I'm never coming back with y'all.
We told you if you're coming, we had a life jacket.
Life jacket. Saving it for a big kid, for a little kid.
That's scary though, if you're not used to walking.
Yeah.
I got to swim in my backyard.
Yeah. Spring water's different.
All right. Welcome everybody that's watching from the respective pages. I'm your host, Jeff St. James, and welcome to another panel of the Ladies Table. We have Miss Crimson Cure, Maggie, the substitute teacher, and Miss Messy herself. Ladies, I think we did a really good, extensive 10-minute intro of being able to cover all our bases of various different views and perspectives of people who believe that there's nothing going on.
If I missed this, I'm sorry, Jonathan. Thank you for the gold coin. I appreciate y'all.
Like Officer Tatum, or at least nothing as of yet. Then there's others like Benjamin Crump and many others who feel like maybe there's some race-related concerns going on, or at least, and then there's other people like at the very beginning who thinks that minimum there seems to be somewhat of a delay of following proper protocol when it comes to a lot of discrepancies that are being reported. I'm very interested to see what you all think. So anybody can kind of jump in and throw off what it is, whether you land on the side, whether you're neutral, and why do you think that? But real quick, everybody's watching. If you can, please just share this with at least 1, 2, or even 3 people, and make sure that you like the video wherever you're watching from. And make sure y'all subscribe to all the ladies that y'all see here on the screen. Who wants to jump in first? Anybody can go.
All right, I'll do it. First of all, you got a lot going on with everything that you put in there in the opening. I love it. I love the new opening. That last thing with those, I don't think I've seen that video because we do this every day with this Nolan case. So that video with the white people on the paddle boards, that looks like it made up. Because who's recording that? I don't know. It looks, it doesn't look real, but maybe it is. Because there's been so many things and so many updates. And the first part that you played now with this new audio coming out, I just think there's a lot of people that want their own way to be seen. And if you disagree with them, then you're wrong. And if they disagree with you, then they're wrong. And it's a lot of back and forth, things like that. They feel like people want it to be a race-related thing so badly. I personally don't think that that's what it is. Because they've been friends for so long, but it is looking like something. Yeah, I did say they've been friends for so long. So I'm specifically talking about the friends. Now, Jeff does bring up the DA, the prosecutor, and all that. I ain't even thought about none of that, to be perfectly honest with y'all, because child, they ain't give out nothing yet, right? Isn't that what Ben Crump is supposed to be here for? Shouldn't he be down there trying to get that shit together and get all the information, or whoever the hell is working for him, the white people that he hired, even though y'all supposed to be scared of white people, okay? But nothing, okay? So I ain't even thinking about them people because they ain't even brought nothing out yet. I'm talking about Nolan, his friends, the Horn Island, Mississippi, because I was there on the 4th of July. So yeah, I'm kind of interested in it from that perspective too. Now I don't need to go back to Mississippi, not because of racism, because child, I ain't nothing there for me to do. There's more country than where I live at now. And the last thing I need is more country. Y'all can have it. Shout out to the Mississippians. All right, you like it, I love it. Ain't for me. However, like I said, the Wamsleys have done great things clearly down there in the MIS, and with all the racism and all the white people. I don't know how they could survive this long. And again, they haven't said that it's racism. They might know something for sure between the boys and Katie, wherever the heck she is. Something just ain't right.
Yeah, I'm kind of in a strange place of, and this is why this is the first time I'm even commenting on it, because I've learned since being out doing this whole content creation thing, being early and the first to react or give an opinion doesn't usually mean you're going to be the one that's right. And what I have observed, and Judge Matheson, a few other judges have kind of spoken on this recently, that some of the proper procedures, or at least some things that would normally be questioned, don't appear to be getting as pursued. And part of the reason for why people are wanting extra scrutiny on this is because it involves a judge. It involves a person in law enforcement who, if anybody's probably going to get maybe more grace than an average person would.
So allegedly, he's saying that the problem here is the fact that I think his Warren's stepmother is a judge. So that's the problem. Again, I'm not paying attention to that, but I can concede maybe there is something awry over on that side. That's not what I'm looking at. I'm looking at these boys, this relationship, the story, the narration that's trying to be pinned onto these people. That's what I'm looking at. Now, I don't know if it makes a difference that she's the judge. I don't know. Maybe it do, but we ain't even gotten that far. We haven't even gotten that far. We haven't even gotten there yet. The DA just spoke. Remember, we covered that like 3 days ago. The DA just finally said something, which she said, child, we taking our time. We ain't worrying about none of y'all. That's the synopsis of what the hell she said.
Judge or, a politician probably would be the people that, may potentially get a little bit extra grace. And there's a lot of questions about what was happening at her home. Why there was such a delay in terms of what happened with the cell phone, a discrepancy in terms of people claiming that they didn't see him after a certain amount of time, but then the phone call appears to be reflecting people definitely screaming his name. I think that there's been
that now the phone call that whoever just said is being debunked, basically put out here by a TikToker, is being debunked now that we know. Now, mind you, this shit was already out, but we side-eyeing it anyway. Skinny, do me a favor. Don't drop anybody else's channel, please. I appreciate you. We co-signing that, right? We wasn't sure. Then it's like, all right, well, TMZ said something, so let's go ahead and see what they say. And they wasn't 100% sure about it, honestly, at the end of the day. Now we see who did it. Then I watch Ringo do the same damn thing as she did. Now, all of a sudden, everybody got all these wordings when we listened to it the first time and re-listened to it, and I put it in the video. Child, now all of a sudden, there's just some extra shit. Now, all of a sudden, there's just some extra shit in there. Okay. Where'd it come from?
It's not even like they said that the CETO people sent out, because we know it came from CETO, because we following this shit. It ain't like CETO put out another a video or anything. It's not like CETO said, y'all, here you go. No, it's just some heifer on TikTok who clearly a lot of people trust TikTok like that, even though it's effing trash. Liberals, progressives, Democrats. Oh, well, they put it out here. It must be true. Of course, of course. But everybody want the truth, but only want the truth that they want. Not the whole truth and nothing but the truth, just the truth that they want. Did they come out and say that? Did they come out and say that? Because can somebody send it to me if that's the case? I'll get back into that maybe tomorrow morning. In that case, I told you yesterday, we don't know that. That's allegedly. No, we don't know that. The only thing that we know is drinking because they recorded themselves. That's all we know. Let's not push some shit in there. No toxicology report has come back. I'm not believing that. We're not believing that. Chris Rosa, thank you for the silver star. I appreciate you, boo. And then thank you for the flowers. I appreciate you, hun. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new.
Debates about whether or not this audio has been enhanced, if it's been edited, if AI is involved. But I will say, I do remember hearing it first from TMZ. TMZ is probably 95% of the time. Whatever they're leaking is usually they probably have some checks and balances. So for TMZ to kind of put it out, and it sounded very similar to what I heard through TMZ. In my mind, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. There was a lot of mention of drugs. It's heights.
Who mentioned drugs? Besides the person in the chat. Who mentioned drugs? Who? We alling it up right now. Who? TikTok? Who? Yeah, he did. Now, I'm not doing anything new today. I'm just going over this today. But who mentioned DRUGS? Because I ain't hear it. I haven't heard anybody say DRUGS, not the person in the chat. Dom, who's Dom was even saying he heard it on TMZ. He is now changing. Who's Dom? Okay, y'all heard it yesterday from who? Don't say a TikToker. From who? Reliable source. All right, so did Crump put? Oh, I don't know. Goodbye, Kennard. Goodbye. Officer Tatum said that there was DRUGS. All right, hearsay. We waiting for toxicology. We can see the drinking. All of them. Not even just these guys, like all the people, right? I'm just saying. All right, we're going to leave it at that. I'm going to say no DRUGS at this point, but definitely drinking.
Late high school, probably early college or college students involved. They're drinking. There's probably drugs. Obviously, there's boats and
oh, probably drugs. There you go.
Not a whole lot of chaperoning probably going on. There definitely appears to be some type of altercation argument, whether or not he fell, whether or not he was intoxicated, whether or not he was choked out, because I don't know. I just know that going to college and fights happening, it's not unusual for like an incident or accident to happen. And everybody involved is like, nobody say anything. Now, when they contacted a couple adults, like the judge, which was one of the guy's mothers, and I believe somebody's grandfather as well, when the adults were contacted, there seemed to be a discrepancy in terms of what was being communicated, what we're hearing on the phone, what they're reporting about not being around him while the phone call is being made. It sounds like we don't know what was the cause of what the blunt force trauma in the back of his head was.
And it's not blunt force trauma in the back of his head. It was called decomp, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. It was decomp. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was not trauma to the back of the head. Shout out to Tabitha. I appreciate you. She said, if the toxicology report shows alcohol consumption, should the adult who purchased alcohol be held accountable? Child, that's a whole other thing. I don't know. Listen, the whole time I'm looking at it like, so all these adults are letting all these clearly underage kids drink. There'll be a lot of people in trouble. But then it's like, well, did you get it from this one? Did you get it from that one? Did this one buy it? Did that one buy it? So I don't know. Decomposition. Thank you. That is not blunt force trauma to the back of the head. I don't know where that came from. Thank you. Decomp. But I digress. I don't know what I'm talking about. Everybody else know what they talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Thank you, Fit Granny. No blunt force. It was discolorization. Thank y'all.
We just know that there's something there. They have I don't know if they have his intestines or his throat or something that they're still doing further looking into. It looks like something bad happened. I don't know whether it was an accident or not, but
something bad did happen. He's deceased. Let's be honest. Something bad did happen. He's deceased. But for people, oh, it's raining now. Hopefully we're good. But for people that are like, oh, they didn't bring the throat. We already know that they're keeping it because they're still looking at it. The parts are not in the body because that's how autopsies work, because we be leering around here. I guess nobody else looks into anything. Just do whatever your favorite YouTuber says, just fucking believe them, right? Ain't like we ain't showing improving around here and looking at everything, sussing it out. Ain't that what I say? I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Not one damn bit.
I think it's very, very clear that everybody involved right now is trying to do the whole, we don't know anything, get rid of all our social media, nobody say anything. Now, people want to say that this is race related. They can, but like Messi said, you have to factor in, was it as much race versus it fighting over a female? What is the way in which the case is being handled is more about race than the actual incident itself.
Now, I didn't know they was fighting over a female. Maybe, what's her name? Katie, maybe? I don't know. Again, I'm just thinking, I wasn't even thinking about no damn Katie. But Katie, where you at, child? Oh, she's probably shutting the fuck up, which is probably what most people should do until they don't. And from what we've understood, the police have talked to 60 people. Now, they ain't named them yet because ain't no information came out. But all these people are like, they hiding something. They're not required to come out into this internet and talk to no damn body. They are not. Warren doing that interview could potentially hurt him more than help anything. And then if he is, even though the lawyer was allegedly sitting there with them, but if he said something and incriminates his ass, then he was a fool and so is the lawyer. Because you don't have to come out to social media and say shit. You're not required to. But TikTok will have you thinking that that's what you're supposed to do.
Those are the things that I'm kind of thinking about. I haven't fully landed on it because I've been in those circles where you're around people who are friends, who have hung out with each other for years, had fun, can get into fights and altercations, and it doesn't get to that level. The conservative impulse tends to be...
Oh, you know what I wanted to do? I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Because I wanted to see the damn chat. Hold on a second. Let's see if it's up. 1 second. No, it's not up. All right. So I'll just stay here. I wanted to see the chat because I know the chat had a lot to say. So anyway.
It's not about race. You're always making it about race. That video clip that we just watched, and the lady did come out and confirm twice that this was actually a real event where they were just paddling per usual, and then they hear all this noise and they whip their phone out. What you saw in that video was, I'm not saying that this is the Nolan.
Who whipped the phone out? Who was the other two kids, a mother and a father? Who whipped the phone out? Who?
All situation. But there's instances when Black people are involved, and it involves other parties who may use racial things or may do things. And if something were to happen and that Black person is now gone, all that's left is the people who are still alive that's saying nothing happened or we did nothing wrong. So even in that little video clip where a white woman with her white man and her white children helped this young Black boy be able to swim on, if you listen closely, you actually heard them making monkey noises when they were telling him to go ahead and swim over it, and they made some monkey noises. So I think this happened last year, if I recall. So the point I'm just making is a simple one. This Nolan Wells case, we don't know, we weren't there, but to instantly say for sure it was about race or for sure it's not about race in terms of what initially happened versus how the case is being handled right now, I think those are two separate things. First, Crimson and Maggie, what y'all think?
Those boys and girls with Nolan went to an island. They came back and he did not. That alone, without any other fact, deserves an investigation. Why did y'all make it back and he did not? What happened? What happened to him? If it's an accident that happened to him, why wasn't that the first thing you said? When we come back, hey, Nolan didn't make it back because but happened, and
they did, because that's what Warren said. Warren is the one that called the mama. We ain't seen Nolan and called the mama. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong with what we have learned, because coloreds don't like information. They only like what they want for their fucking narrative. And you can tell who really ain't in knowing what's going on and who does. So correct me if I'm wrong. Warren is the one that called the mama and got the damn screenshot to prove it. But forget all that. He's white. He got to be wrong. Ebony says he called the Coast Guard as well. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
And we got his stuff, but we couldn't get him. And go tell his mom and his dad, this is what happened to him. We sorry. You know, we was messing around and it was an accident and he fell.
So let's just start making up some stories. Let's just start making up some stories. Even though enough of the story to this point is out here, let's just start making shit up.
He drowned or whatever. That if he was just left there, they said that they left and he stayed behind. So they just came back. Why do you have his stuff?
We've already explained, anyone that's paying attention, why they have his stuff. But gots to be white people, right? Gotta be racism, right? Again, people who really don't want to look into anything, just want the narrative to be what the fuck they want the narrative to be, right? Gotta be racism. Gotta be racism. That's a great question. We're not allowed to ask questions. You're out of pocket, Sassy. Okay? Sassy RBN. I want to know if Nolan's dad came to the funeral. His real dad. His real dad. Clearly not, Kay. That's the point. This is the point. All this and all wrong. Like, we know what it is. We speak about the shit. We try to talk about this shit. So when I try to correct some people and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. We've been talking about this shit every day. We've been talking about this shit every day for 3 weeks now. It gotta be racism. White people, black people, gotta be racism. Why they got his phone? Because they're on a fucking boat and they're in the fucking water.
And not him. If he's alive when you left, and y'all left because he said he was staying behind for whatever reason.
They left because the boat was sinking. It had issues. That's why they left.
Come back later and y'all ready to go. Okay, but we ready to go. Why do you have his phone?
We know why they have his phone.
Why do you have it? Why he don't got it? Why would he want to be left behind on an island without his phone?
Why would he want to be left behind on an island without his phone? Why would he want to be left behind on an island without his phone? Why? Why? I wonder why. Oh my God. I wonder why. Shout out to Deborah with the 250. Jules, Laughing Disco. I appreciate you. I thought Nolan was an adult. People around here acting like he's a 2-year-old child. Is he not an adult? And I think I already asked you that, Sassy Straights. Have you ever chosen ass over your friends, Bueller? Have y'all ever chosen ass over y'all's friend? Bueller, is that weird? Is that weird? No? Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, y'all, maybe it's just me. I'm not a man. I'm not a man. I'm not a man. But I know what women have done. Girls, young girls, oh, they definitely dumping their friends for some OPP male, okay? Oh, Fresh, why don't you send a super chat and I'll answer your question, you dick? You got something to say? Put it in writing with some fucking money. Even Fuck your shit, nigga. I ain't scared of nobody around this motherfucker. I didn't make this members only, subscribers only, or nothing. I don't give a fuck who sees this shit.
You're leaving. Leave it where he got it. Why do you have it? That's the key to me. Why do you have it? And not only do you have it, when you
we know why they have it. You don't know why they have it. We know why they have it. You don't know why they have it. I know why they have it.
Came back to the mainland. Your first action wasn't to go give his mama his phone. She had to come to you to get it.
Why would they think to go to her to give the damn phone? They called her to say, we don't know, we ain't seen Nolan. That's not good enough for the color community, y'all. That's not good enough. Now black people direct white people what they do. You're supposed to go over and take it to the mama. You're supposed to go take it to the mama. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Is that what it was supposed to have been? Okay. Ciao. Anyway.
That was
hold on. Let's park there.
Was not to, hey, this is stuff.
Let me hold on. Let me help you out. Let me help you out because you're a bitch ass nigga that ain't got no money. And you think you're going to steadily sit up here. Make sure you go tell them that I'm talking about them too. Because, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I don't give one fuck. Okay? Make sure you do that. Thank you, boo. Thank you for the GOAT trophy. Appreciate you. 1,000 jewels. Thank you so much. Y'all hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. You want to talk shit? Send a fucking super chat. Because if I was worried, I wouldn't be doing this shit. I ain't worried about a motherfucker. I ain't scared of no motherfucking body. The difference between me and some of you bitch asses is that you go out here and look like a fucking fool. I'm fucking home. I don't go out into other people's places looking like a fucking fool because I can control myself. I'm fucking home now. All right? The gloves is off.
Y'all not even lying good at this point.
Now hold on, Crimson. What you said about this phone part?
That's a good point, Kay. His mother didn't even come get that phone. His mother didn't even come get that phone. They sent the friend. Which friend was it? Child, the other half-breed. They sent over there to go get that damn phone. Not Tristan, Javon. I think Javon. Maybe Javon is black though. I don't know. But yeah, so she didn't even go get it. But y'all got all this smoke for these young men and what they didn't do as you would think adults would do. So now all of a sudden you thinking, so when it's Cassie at 19, her frontal lobe is not fully developed. Y'all peep this, okay? When it's Cassie with Diddy, her frontal lobe is not fully developed. But in this case, all these 19-year-olds and 18-year-olds are supposed to know as adults that you should go take that phone over to her, child. Even though you called the mama to say, child, we ain't seen or heard from Nolan, that ain't enough. You were supposed to take the phone over there too. You were supposed to take the phone over there. Now, for people that clearly didn't know, they had a bunch of phones because they leave the phones on the boat because they don't want anything to happen to their phones when they get in the damn water because there's no fucking pier at Horn Island. We know this because we're following the shit. So that's why the phone was over there. But go on with the racist narrative and the white boys, because they the problem, because it's always a problem with the white boys. Eden, I appreciate you. Thank you for the flow state. Thank you so much. Shout out to Ebony, I appreciate you. Not debate panel, it's for Women's Outlook. That too. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate you.
Did y'all peep the interview portion where, not interview, but the interview where Crump and the mom was confirming that they have the technology, the Life 360 thing that kind of tells you what's happening to and with the phone, and that they confirmed that day is deleted, is missing on his phone?
And why would it be missing? Why would any information, text message, phone call?
Not a damn thing has been confirmed about anything being missing. It's just Ben Crump and the mama saying that things were deleted. They still ain't got it taken care of. They still ain't got a review. They still ain't called the phone company. They still ain't getting nothing from a judge to get the records from the phone company. It's just, she just said it. Everybody got to believe it. So it's got to be true, right? It got to be true because she said. And like some of y'all were saying, how the fuck they getting the phone, Bueller? Because now all these kids got all these phones, right? So don't all these kids have fucking passcodes on them? Oh, I guess that damn Nolan didn't have no damn passcode on it, right? Of course not. So they could just get on up in there, right? Oh, I guess they just knew the passcode because, you know, they racist. Because they racist, so they just knew the passcode. They was always looking over his shoulder because they was waiting for the time to come and take their damn friend out. Because you know how they down there in the deep state. Racist. Shout out to Big Boy. And they all sound the same, child. I said that the other day. Tristan and, well, not Javon. Was that Javon that was on TMZ? Is that what his name was that we was watching? He definitely sounded like he hang out with white people. We gonna act like we don't know what it sounds like when somebody hangs around white people, especially down there. My buddy, my best friend. My buddy, they all say the same thing. My buddy, my best friend. My buddy, my best friend. My buddy, my best friend. Thank you, Big Boy. He said, don't forget he had to pick up his car too. So yeah, now they think it's weird that they had the car keys because he needed to take his car keys to Horn Island. Was he driving his car to Horn Island? So it makes sense to just take it into the water, possibly drop it and lose it. But all that's weird now. Because I swear to you, common sense has left the fucking building. First of all, common sense has left the fucking building. And then second of all, they're going to make everybody be more of an adult than they're supposed to be now. But Cassie's frontal lobe was not developed. All this picking and choosing. Tadisha, where that's at in the code, child? Sarah in Dallas, Texas. Shout out to Sarah in Dallas, Texas. Thank you so much. That's very generous of you. That's a new name. We appreciate you. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new. Come on, child.
A social media activity. Why would any of that be missing? If there's nothing going on.
Why?
If there's nothing going on and y'all ain't got nothing to do with nothing and y'all don't know what happened, all of a sudden you don't know what happened. Why is any information missing? I mean, and deleting it is stupid because all we got to do is subpoena the records from the phone and
Why?
get everything that you think you deleted. So delete messages and all that kind of stuff, that does nothing. No servers exist. They still exist with deleted messages and phone calls on them and voicemails on them. So that doesn't do anything. Okay, everybody thinks that you can delete stuff off the phone and that's supposed to get rid of it. No. And why are we deleting anything? Just take race out of it for a minute, because I think people get too caught up. I do think it's a racial thing because they don't like us, and that is what it is. And people can think,
there you go. White people don't like y'all. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on.
Because I think people get too caught up. I do think it's a racial thing because they don't like us, and that is what it is. And people can think whatever they want. Going a whole bunch of places with just white people and you're the only black person, this ain't the first, second, third, or fourth time this has happened in recent history.
Yeah, so it's ignorant if you hang out with white people on your own, blacks. All right, blacks, coloreds, FBAs, ebonies, African Americans, FBA's child, whatever you want to be called, you cannot hang out with white people on your own. All right, so y'all better stop going to them PWI schools immediately. You heard? Immediately, because I went to one, and the blacks hung together, but you can't escape the whites. But they don't like y'all. They don't like y'all. So quit those jobs today. All these people that saying all this shit, I'm waiting, since you're supposed to be banning or boycotting white people, I'm trying to see when y'all quitting. Did Ricky quit his show? Was Ricky on this week, y'all? Because he said that, he's scared of white people. Larry Reed, is he still on YouTube? Because the person that's in charge of YouTube is white, not owned by a black person. Anybody know? All these people scared of white people. Oh, you're not scared of that green money, though. Oh, okay, got you. All this, everybody got to. Please miss me with that bullshit. Chris, thank you for the silver star. I appreciate you, boo. Shout out to Fit Granny. Thank you, honey. Said Messi was holding her mule while Crimson was saying a bunch of nonsense. I can read your mind. This chick doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And we knew that over here because we talk about this for the last 3 weeks. And if I fucking comment something and I'm being ignored, what the fuck? What am I fighting for? I'm not fighting motherfuckers for nothing. I got my own fucking platform. I can say what the fuck I want. I don't have no time to be arguing with people. Especially women, y'all already know. I'm not arguing with bitches. Never, ever, no way. No, especially in nobody else's house. Thank you so much, boo. He said, those white boys had to make a half-black sacrifice to the goodbye, sir, the KKK gods, Mississippi coming of age tradition. Oh my God. You know what? You ain't shit. Yes, they were just waiting for the opportunity after all these years of going to Horn Island, y'all. After all these years of them growing up together, doing all these things together, now all of a sudden, this was the day. Now, allegedly, from what I'm hearing, and we're not looking at the new stuff today, somebody saw Nolan at 6. Allegedly, somebody saw Nolan at 6. So since you know that they left at 4:30 and then they called the tow, whatever time they called the sea tow people, then I'm kind of thinking if that is the case, there's probably a chance that it wasn't them that did anything. So I don't know for sure. This is allegedly, okay? But if it does happen to be true, I wonder how many people are going to come out and apologize. How many people do y'all think, Bueller? How many people do y'all think, Bueller, are going to come back and apologize for all the bullshit and lies that they put out here?
That you can Google and find that out. So I don't know how many times we got to see this picture play out, this movie play out, talking about, oh, well, it ain't a race thing, whatever. The racism is more in, like you said, the way it's being handled, the systemic part of it, the investigation part of it. Because why are these things not taken?
Okay, the investigative part of it, which hasn't been proven either because they haven't said anything. They haven't said anything. Thank y'all. Exactly. They haven't said shit yet. Nothing. Get
into evidence, the boat, everything. We subpoenaing records. We asking questions. We're questioning everybody that was the last people to see him alive. And I want all the stories. And then we're going to go back.
60 people have been interviewed. 60 people have been interviewed. 60 people have been interviewed.
To investigate to see, do the forensic evidence corroborate what you told us? And if not, you're a suspect because why did you lie about what you know or don't know? That's how an investigation goes.
No, nobody knows that anybody lied at this point. It's just a bunch of assumptions.
I watch enough true crime to understand. I've seen enough people have to be interrogated by real police with a real case.
Goodbye, Dante.
Yeah. Now, real quick, before we continue on, I wanted to show this comment. It says, Fem Gems, I sent this to some of the other Wells family. They may tap in, but keep the coverage going. Thank you for that, sis. And if you know any of them personally, feel free to let them know that me or any of us are willing to have them come on just to ask them questions in terms of what their perspective is on the case. It's always good to always hear the actual family member.
Just somebody who said that they're related. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but it still is what it is.
Actually speak for themselves in terms of what they're thinking as well with this. And we do have a few super chats. Survive to Thrive. Thank you for the $2 for sure. Thank you for the support. Trackstar, $5. Where's her?
Rose's husband said, "Child, get over here and make me something to eat. You ain't got time to be over there listening to that foolishness." And that's what you should have done. Shout out to Rose. That's too funny.
And there's this other parallel where it's like, if you're saying one thing, you also can't say something as well. Like this whole concept of like, you have to be concerned about your surroundings at all times with all people. And I don't know if we're just in a mature enough place yet, but we can acknowledge like me being in the suburbs or me being in the hood, depending on who I'm interacting with, I may be safe or not in both locations. And sometimes the safest for me in one setting might be just me being by myself. In another setting, it doesn't matter who's around, just somebody being like, I think we just have to have a little bit more nuance in these discussions. And, you know, listen, I get it that people want to pick a side with this. But again, I'm leaning much more towards, I just think the way which it's being handled right now is maybe a little bit more race related and concerning. Going in the weeds of what led up to why everybody's screaming and hollering on that phone, we actually don't know what was the cause of that situation. So that's the kind of.
Do we know what the cause of this screaming into the CETO call is for, y'all? Bueller? Do we know what the screaming in the CETO call that was released was for, Bueller? Let's just check. Do y'all recall why they were screaming and yelling for the CETO call? Bueller? Kay, you failed. You failed. Prince says, has any of these people thought if the state has a suspect, they can't divulge everything, it will ruin the chances of getting a conviction? No. I don't know where you came from with this freaking rules and logic. Take it back there. There's no way. It's racism. Period, point blank. Don't be coming in here trying to be logical, Prince. You heard? Don't do it. We don't put up with that shit around here. Oh, the boat was sinking? Oh, the sinking boat. Oh, the bilge. Right. That's what it was called. The bilge. Right. The sinking. Right. Yeah. Because we fucking know. The fucking boat was sinking. That's why they were leaving. The bilge pump. We looked it up. It's the shit that pumps the fucking water out. Who knew? Oh, yeah, we be leering because we look into shit. That's just crazy talk. It must be in the code, Tadisha. Don't ask questions, colors. Just go by what random YouTubers say because let me say TikTok. Go by what TikTok says because they know everything. That's what it is. That's what it is. My bad. Where was my head?
Fine line. I think some of us are at least trying to walk that down. I know everybody's already on social media picked a side, but I think this is one of those where we do kind of have to wait and see. But Crimson, you said something real quick, and I'm going to do these other super chats real quick. You said something about the way in which it's being handled and how they're reacting and what's going on with the boat and why was the delay with the phone. And you mentioned all this true crime stuff. You know what it sounds like what all these college students and maybe late teenagers or early 20-somethings were doing? It sounds like they were coached. It sounds like these early adults were coached about what to do with phones, what to do with communication. Everybody shutting down social media simultaneously.
Now everybody was coached, y'all. Page 155. Okay, everybody was coached, y'all. Now you can call it coaching, or you could call it your parents, are involved because you probably should involve your parents in this case, right? So now everybody is coached. Forget the death threats, y'all. Forget anything that anybody was saying and doing and threatening and forget all that. They was coached. Now the white people were coached. Well, they should be coached by their parents. Ain't that what parents are for? I'm sorry. What are parents for, y'all? They're there, hopefully, if they're normal, to help you get out of trouble. So you're telling me with this theory right now that if one of you, shout out to the Sassy Straights, I'm talking to the Bigs. If y'all's child came home and said that such and such happened, what are y'all going to do? Just let them be? Child, just go to bed. Or y'all going to say something, especially if one is a judge. And y'all said that she's a judge over here, not criminal. This is criminal. she's over here. That doesn't mean that they might not know each other. So I'm not going to just be like, oh, well, she over here. You know what I mean? They could probably know each other, right? So I'm just a little bit confused. It's the word coached. But would you tell your kids? Remember when I told y'all about the bat situation with my daughter? And she told me about it. So I coached her and said, bring you and my granddaughter home. This is what I said. Because you're not going to live in a place with a bat. And then I coached her on how to get her fucking money back on that apartment that she just moved into. I said, girl, go read that landlord-tenant agreement, follow the damn directions. Once you read it, come back to me and I will coach you on what you should do next. I mean, I guess it's all in the way that you handle it, okay? But it could be coached. It could be help. It could be protection. It could be anything. So your parents are helping you as your kid. And I guess that's racist too, child. Lord, help your people. I'm not saying that's what he meant, but I feel like there's an inference there. Same fan, I appreciate you. Said I unsub from that one going back to Carmel Gate. Carmelo Gate. Don't want to hear anyone's something bad. Oh, black's good and white's bad. That horse has been beaten. Oh, well, they beating that drum now, child. They definitely, not necessarily them, but they definitely beating that drum now. Okay. Is it racist to help your kids, child? White or black? I thought that's what parents were there for. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway.
It sounds like somebody was coaching these young adults personally.
They getting their story together.
Because all I know is, listen, all I know is there was a judge that was related, and by this meetup was at her home. But the way in which the approach, the narrative, even the way in which they're doing some of these interviews, I'm just wondering, like they sound a little coached to me.
They should have lawyers. They absolutely should have lawyers. So some of the things that I think that some people are missing. Oh, you mean girl, you're trying to give up some information to those that don't know what the fuck is going on? How dare you? How dare you think you gonna tell somebody some actual factual? You know, since you've been covering it for 3 weeks now. I don't know who the fuck you think you talking to. I don't know why you think you should have something to say. Where the hell y'all get this bitch from? Where y'all get this bitch from? Child, who the hell she thinks she is? Trying to give some actual factuals. Go ahead, girl. Doctor. This fucking doctor. Who the fuck is this asshole? Child. Is that when you go to Horn Island, it's not a place that you go pull up to. So your boat waits. You have to swim into the island. There's absolutely nothing there. I was in Mississippi for 4th of July. Hot as hell, humid as hell. And that was at 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. So if they were out drinking, sun all day, barely eating. Yep. Child, what does bitch think she talking about? How the hell she know? Just because she was there in Mississippi, so the fuck what? She thinks she be knowing what's going on. She be knowing what the weather is. She be knowing that the boats wait and they don't come into port like a cruise ship does. These people thinking it's like a cruise ship. And you know how you come into port for those that have traveled on a cruise, and they just think that you just plank off and just walk on. No, because they don't know, because they don't care, because it's just racism. Fuck the facts, y'all. Come on, heifer. Come on, lawyer. Then that is a factor as well, which is, you know, what I think probably led to what happened with Nolan. What happened on that boat, I have no idea. Now that they got that new audio that just came out like last night, right?
Yep.
So that would be why they had phones on boats, which has been explained by different people.
Yep,
you get in the water, your phone is probably gonna get wet, and they don't want that. But Ben Crump won't, say that. So as far as what you're saying about the investigation side, maybe that's really not what I was paying attention to. I really paying attention to the boy side and the girl, which I didn't even know was a girl until 2 days ago. I forgot about her.
Oh,
so
the argument about a girl?
Talking about the Katie girl that said, where they said, Nolan, get on the boat. Nolan, get on the boat. And then he said, no, I'm gonna stay with the girl. And then I heard that the girl said, no. He said he was going with y'all. And I was like, all right, y'all, there's a discrepancy there. But I just figured that out a few days ago. But as far as when people, kind of want to say that, it's the Deep South and white people and everything, I get it. But I also want to point out is that this family was living in Mississippi. Girl, what the fuck? What are you talking about? How dare you think that you're going to give up some information that we didn't already learn and suss the fuck out? I don't know who the fuck you think you're talking to. But you can't be telling a black woman anything. I don't know where you come from. You must be a white supremacist. That bitch is a white supremacist. That's what's going on. She ain't shit. She Auntie Ruckus up this bitch, okay? Because, child, if you ain't going along with what the color community say, you ain't shit. You don't know what you're talking about. White supremacist, child. Lies. They could pull up. She lying. This doctor is lying. She ain't shit. I don't know why y'all listen to her. They're thriving in Mississippi. They're successful. That mother's a doctor, basically. How dare you talk about how successful they are down in the deep? How dare you? It's too racist. Just like when the NAA said that they couldn't, that people couldn't go to Florida. I immediately said, fuck that shit. I'm going to Florida. I know I'm the problem. Paul, thank you so much for the jewels. I don't know what Gigi is, but thank you. Queen, thank you for the jewels. I appreciate you. Big boy, if I missed this, I apologize. He said, Messy, you were definitely off code last night. Nah, they'll live. Everybody will be okay, child. Shout out to Celine. Thank you, hun. She said, because of the anti-white social morality, white people are terrified of being called racist. Racist is a lethal slur to white people. Some are. But I just feel like everything can't be racist, but you know, whatever, they're gonna do what they're gonna do to get whatever the hell it is that they're looking for, chat. Thank you, Reaper. He said, blame Messy, hit the like button. I know, blame this bitch. She's supposed to be a doctor and a lawyer and Generation X, and she over here trying to tell somebody some actual factuals. Who the fuck she thinks she is? She'd have gone some damn where, child. Thank you, boo. Kev, thank you for the press F. Interesting. Thank you so much. These jewels are funny, though. Shout out to Nicole Ward. Thank you for the sunshine jewels. I love it. Thank you. Shout out to CT the God. Does Charlamagne know you got that name? Thank you so much. He said, Messy, stay on they neck. I'm just answering back because I don't need to act like a fool in anybody else's home because I got my own, okay? And I got my own platform to say what I need to say. And if it ends up being a thing, then it ends up being a thing. And if it's not, then it's not. I don't give a fuck. But what I'm not going to do is have people play my motherfucking face. I tell you that. I don't know what the father does. Everything was all good in the hood until it wasn't. You saw the part where the father said that he don't think it's race related. The mother originally said that she didn't think it was race related. They all, I don't know. She said she don't know some of them people. It seems like they've been friends for a while. What it means down there to say you're my best friend, because they say that a lot, might be something different than what we mean over here on the East Coast. Because I say to my kids, everybody ain't your friend. Everybody ain't your little friend. So they live differently. Maybe they're saying it differently. I just don't think. Child, we don't care about your damn kids. I don't know why. Girl, we don't give a fuck about your damn kids. Fuck them kids. Oh, to all the kids. Fuck them kids. All right? All kids. Anyway. Deacon Dave, thank you for the jewels. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. Shout out to DB Smooth. Thank you, boo. I think it was an accident, but the crime is in the cover up. They would have covered it up regardless because they rich, not because Nolan was black. But again, we don't know yet, especially since now something is allegedly came out that said that they saw him at 6 p.m. because that if that is true, and I'm saying allegedly, I just thought I saw something. I haven't looked into it because I was doing this today. If that is true, that makes anything and everything with regard to those boys null and fucking void. It makes it all null and fucking void if that is true. But I'll look into that tonight for tomorrow's show. Kev G, thank you for the happy poop. Shout out to Poop. They was wading in that poopy water. Ciao. Shout out to Catania, mama, for a member for 3 months. She was doing the damn thing last night. She said, remember, he wanted to block me for calling out Maggie's racist bullshit. Yes. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not blocking nobody. That's my girl, first of all. And I'm not blocking nobody over here because we know what's going on because we've been following the shit. So, that's why I wanted to have the chat up, but the chat is not up on his live stream. So I don't know if it will come up or not. This is my live stream right here, though. Might as well give myself the view. It's racism between these friends, me personally. So if he was drinking, which you see they're drinking. We've seen too many pictures where they're drinking. Yeah. And they're out in the heat and the sun. And if this recording is true, then it's possible that maybe something did happen on the boat and he did die. And then they let him off, pushed him off. Something. I don't know, which is obviously the problem right there. If that's the case, I don't know, allegedly, of course, but it's seeming like that makes sense because I'm like, so nobody took him home? So nobody from none of them other boats can attest to him? It's like, child, they're white, they're racist, they're not going to cop to it. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? They all got together. Like, what's his name? What's his name with Carmelo, child? Metcalf. They all got together. He said, come on over for the cookout, child. We coming to have a cookout. And got everybody together and said, all of y'all, ain't none of y'all gonna speak. You ain't gonna say shit because ain't shit to say. We all gonna shut the fuck up. That's what he said. Just FYI. So everybody shut the fuck up. And that's how that happened. They must have did the same thing out on Horn Island. Shout out to Chris with another happy poop. I appreciate you, hun. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. He just disappeared off the face of the earth. So what makes sense, kinda, is that he was on that boat. And if they heard a girl on there, maybe Katie was on the boat. Maybe they're all conspiring. And then he passed. And then they just kind of let him drift into the water. I don't know a kind way to say that. Allegedly, that's just the thought. Yeah. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of information, girl. What? There's information out there? You trying to tell me there's some actual information out there? Child, these old people, I tell you, I don't know who the fuck they think they are. And Generation X, fuck Generation X, you heard? They don't be knowing nothing. They just think they know shit. They just be talking.
You know, but the real thing that why I think this case is even starting to blow up more and more is people lying.
Yes.
There's no other way to explain this, is that the level of contradictions this early before we've even made it into court.
Child, people are lying out here on this damn YouTube.
They're lying. And handing that phone back and deleting stuff, there's something they're hiding. And again,
no one has confirmed any deletion. No phone company has confirmed any deletion.
We could think they're hiding something innocent where it was an accident. He ended up dying and they just don't want it to come back to any of them think it's all on them. I don't know. I'm not a doctor in that way and I can't speak to it. It just comes off like they've been coached. They were lying. But I would argue they were coached even before lawyers got involved. Because the way in which that they moved from that moment on, by the time this mom was notified what happened, there was already a level of coordination that just makes it, I don't know, Maggie, what you think?
What was the level of coordination? Where was that at, Bueller? Where was that level of coordinate? You got to coordinate. Where was that at? Remember when Ben Crump put out that picture that actually was from a week ago and he implied that it was the night of to try to show that they was together? Did he ever apologize for that and recant that? Because clearly none of these people know nothing about none of that. Do you think that he came back and said he was sorry? He put out some misinformation. Oh, and don't forget, if y'all didn't see, I put it up earlier today. Ben Crump told all you colors, shout out to everybody that is here, all the blacks, the ebonies, the FBAs, the African Americans, the blacks, whatever you want to be called. Y'all are supposed to not be concerned with anything except for Nolan Wells. So now that y'all know that LeBron is coming to Philly, shout out to the Sixers, y'all can get back to this Nolan Wells shit, okay? Don't forget, Ben Crump, your AG for the black people, according to Al Sharpton, said, get your asses back here. He's telling y'all what to do. Maybe he think he Obama telling y'all what to do, because that nigga don't tell me shit, okay? Y'all get back on one with this. You heard? That's what Ben said. That's what y'all do. Listen to the boule.
Before I say what I think, I want to offer my deepest condolences to the parents, to the family of this young man. This is really hard because these boys are the same age as my boys. I do have a question and then I'll give my thoughts just to be clear, Mr. Jeff. You said the last video with the paddleboard, that happened last year? That is not at the same time?
No, I don't think so. No, this is a totally separate situation where a bunch of people on her platform were saying, hey, can you reshare this video? Because I guess how relevant it was in terms of people already picking narratives about what does and doesn't happen in 2026 or recently. And this lady shared the video clip to kind of reiterate and show race can be a factor. And we can't just because we weren't there and weren't present to see it, people tend to make an assumption that race wasn't involved or that race was involved. And her showing that video of her and her family intervening to help this black youth out was kind of showing and reflecting, hey, this is very recent and this stuff still can and does happen. And we know to some extent, the guys that were on the other side of the lake were making monkey sounds and saying all stuff when he keeps saying he can't swim. If he'd ended up floating down the river, and the narrative would be the people who didn't know this happened, didn't see that video. Half the country would have said it's about race, and the other half would have said it has nothing to do with race. She just happened to record that moment. So that's really why I thought it was relevant. It's not meaning this is what happened in this case, but it's one of those examples of if you don't see the video, you don't really know if race was or wasn't a factor unless there's a thread or something that reflects, it going beyond just a fight or something else. So that's it.
Yeah, get into their cell phones. Get into their cell phones. Listen to the mods, y'all. Listen to the mods. Get into their phones and see what's in there. Oh, yeah, they ain't done that yet. They ain't worrying about that. Let's see what's in their phones. That should tell you everything, right? Everybody got everything in their phone? Can't delete shit. I mean, you can delete it, but we know it ain't going nowhere. Get into their phones. Let's get into that and see some of that and hear what the hell it is that they were saying. This N-word, Hardy R. We playing this. We gonna do it tonight. We've been waiting all these years. All these years.
Okay, understood. Thank you for explaining. I don't know what happened. None of us know what happened. We will never know what happened because none of us were there. However,
we do know he's dead.
This young man lost his life. And I've been thinking, as I always do, what is the lesson to be learned? And what is the macro that will help us, as opposed to right now focusing on the micro? They're going to take their time to do an investigation. And I do agree. People are scrambling to get their story straight because that's human nature. Everybody is always going to protect their own first and foremost.
Oh, but it's weird when the white people do it. But remember before, they all trying to get their story straight. They're being coached. Wait, so you mean that because somebody's helping their kids and they white, it's a problem? But if it's black people, it's not a problem when they trying to help their kids? Okay, ciao. Whatever.
So when you think about being a minority in a dominant society, whether or not it started out
minority in a dominant society, y'all. Okay.
With any type of racial intent, like you said, Mr. Jeff, people are always going to do what benefits them. So
people always going to do what benefits them.
In the end, the outcome could still have those racial tones, even though we can say we're all just friends here. You know, being
now, remember, she said could. It could. It could.
An immigrant, I have a different perspective because
tether alert. Tether alert. Do you know how we feel about tethers around here? Tether alert.
Hey, we're all just friends here. You know, being an immigrant, I have a different perspective because when I hear this land is your land, this land is my land, this land is built for you and me, I don't, even though I am an American naturalized citizen, I knew and I always knew, and I was raised to know that I am a visitor here. So I don't expect anyone to look out for me like
tethers, y'all visitors here, okay? Don't forget that. Y'all just visitors here, Trent included.
Like my own would. And I think, I'll speak as a parent, we have to make sure that our children don't get so comfortable in a community that is not their own that they lose track of their surroundings.
Pause. Hold on 1 second, child. Let me rewind this. Hold on. Let's hear it again, child.
Expect anyone to look out for me like my own would. Here, I always knew, and I was raised to know that I am a visitor here. So I don't expect anyone to look out for me like my own would. And I
so all the blacks that come and troll me, y'all supposed to be looking out for me. What happened? According to this tether here, what happened? Oh, y'all, no. Oh, okay, my bad. Where's that at in the code, Tadisha? Because clearly there's a section that says only if you agree with the masses would we allegedly protect you. I don't even believe that. Not for a fucking second. Let's concentrate on this right now, y'all. Let's pay attention.
My land, this land is built for you and me. I don't, even though
this land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Islands. All right, y'all know that song? I know that song. Because even though I was taught about I'm black and you got to do better, you got to be better, I'm a woman, all those things that I was told, that's why I figure out who the fuck people are, okay? And that's why I fucking stereotype. I don't give a fuck what color you are, because if you fucking crazy, you fucking crazy. If you look crazy, then you look crazy, and you get the fuck away from me. I don't have time for nobody's bullshit. I'm not trying to put on for nobody. I don't put on for fucking white people. I don't put on for fucking black people, which is why if you looking crazy, I'm crossing the fucking street. How many times have I said that? If you treat me like shit, fuck you, okay? If you think you gonna fucking play me, fuck you. You heard? That's me. I'm not trying to be cool with nobody. I'm not trying to put on pretend shit for no fucking body. Especially when I know GD well, you don't give a shit about me. Let me make that clear, even though I know the regulars already know.
I am an American naturalized citizen. I knew, and I always knew, and I was raised to know that I am a visitor here. So I don't expect anyone to look out for me like my own would. And I think I'll speak as a parent. We have to make sure that our children don't get so comfortable in a community that is not their own that they lose track of their surroundings. We talk about reading the room. And I know this one gets really polarizing and I may get canceled again, but I'm thinking of the sister who went to Zanzibar with the proposal or whatever and lost her life and didn't come back. Everybody's thinking, what happened? This happened. But when you travel, let's talk about travel. I travel a lot. When you travel to another country, we may all look the same, but how many times have we seen, let's say, some young person go to maybe a Muslim country and do something that they think, oh, what's the big deal? And the circumstances are very different over there. People are going to protect their own interests first. So when you are involved in a society where they have reason and resources to make sure that their kids succeed 10 times, 100 times more powerful than we do, we have to act accordingly and not.
Let's stop right there. Hold on. Because it sounds like she's saying here in the United States, since the white people are the dominant society, that they control everything. Is that what you're hearing? I just want to check before I say the next thing that I'm about to say. Let's hear it again.
Are very different over there. People are going to protect their own interests first. So when you are involved in a society where they have reason and resources to make sure
society where they have reasons and resources
or that their kids succeed 10 times, 100 times more powerful than we do, we have.
Oh, so their kids are going to succeed 100 to 10,000 times more than we do, y'all. So help me understand how this works with Maggie, the substitute teacher. Because, child, Maggie's kids got a white daddy, okay? So what side of the coin do they lie in, Bueller? Because they basically Tristan and Javon. So what side is it that they lie on? This is nothing new. She posts all this shit all the time. So I'm not saying nothing new. This is just something that other people won't think about while we over here talking about we're our own and our own. Which own? Which side of the own is it, child? Which side of the fucking own is it? We got immigrants talking about we got to stick together with our own because that's what they do. Well, child, help me understand how that works. I'm confused. Where's that at in the code, child? Tadisha, where that's at in the code? So, is that why allegedly the kids got the white daddy so that they could have the better chance? Now we want to sit here talking about the dominant society. Well, child, clearly the dominant society is all good in the hood with you. That part was left out. How we leave that out, child? How we leave that out, child? I'm confused. Maybe this is the page 34. Oh, Lord, help your people. Did I get the happy poop? Thank you for the happy poop, hon. I appreciate you. This is again the code. I don't get it. I don't understand. Where does that lie? We got to worry about the white people. Oh yeah, but my kid's daddy and all, they white. But y'all make sure you worry about white people. Don't play with me. Don't fucking play with me. This is shit that I be talking about. Don't fucking play with me. Oh, we got to be all concerned about this. We got to be all concerned about that. What? I don't think that's your concern. No shade. She the one that put her shit out here. I'm not going to talk about nobody's kids because I ain't got no reason to talk. But they definitely mixed kids. I've seen all the fucking pictures. She puts the shit out here. We was in fucking mastermind together. I thought we was better than that. No, it's definitely racism. All right, cool. I just be so. They ain't no different though than I guess Serena and Venus and Kentanji and Don Lemon. Child, y'all let everything fly any daggone way. This is why I be confused on this code bullshit. Just like as long as Nolan's mom says she phenotypically is black, then I guess everything is everything, right? It's all good in the hood. All right, shit. Then that's what it is, right? The things that some of y'all will allow and put up with. Does that say Uchi Wally, child? Oh, Chase White, thank you, hun, for the jewels, the Raymond Bowl. I appreciate you. Y'all hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new and normal.
To act accordingly and not just go through La La Land. And I'm not saying that's what happened, but we
don't go through La La Land. Don't. Oh, wait. So probably her kids are probably considered black. So is Trayston considered black? Because he mixed. Is Javon considered black? Because he's mixed. Oh no, they down there with them white boys, so they gotta be in there. They gotta be doing something with the racism because they act white, they talk white. Well, maybe it's because of where the fuck they come from. Everybody's a best friend. Everybody is a this. Everybody is a that. You know? Okay.
Can't just expect everything to fall, all the research and the justice to fall fairly. I don't think it's going to help us. And I'll say this, when it comes to boys, especially if you've had brothers, if you've been around boys do dumb stuff all the time. Boys start roughhousing, and it's funny until it's not. And so it can get serious that quick. And so again, making sure you're not in an environment where when the what hits the fan and everybody starts scrambling to get their story straight, they're looking out for themselves. They're not looking out for you. Whether or not there was racial intent or not, it's not going to help us survive and for that boy to come home to his mom and dad. Think about it the other way around. Just ponder this, whether or not we say it's racism.
Let's say it the other way around, child. Let's always do it the other way around. Go ahead, child.
Let's say there were 8 or 9 of us and one Caucasian.
Wait, 8 of 9 of us who? Are you talking about you or are you talking about your kids? Or like 8 or 9 of us? We got to be specific here. What are we talking about?
A little boy that was part of the group and they all went out and an accident happened and the one lone boy who was different from all the others didn't make it back. You tell me if everybody would not be held for questioning, if things would not be seized, shut down, nobody's going anywhere.
Well, you come over here and you get right into it. Yeah, that's what it is. Do the if the roles, but what if? If the roles, what if? If the roles, what if? Okay, sure. Whatever you say. Yeah.
Everybody's isolated until we do this investigation. So you can call it whatever you want to, but I know, and I think our children.
Oh, yeah, I am going to call it what the fuck I want to. Absolutely.
Need to know that we are always going to set ourselves up for failure if the expectation is we're all the same, everybody's going to treat us the same.
Oh, if the expectation is that we're all the same? I wonder if the boys' daddies will be able to help them should they ever get into trouble. Since he's white and they the dominant society and they got all this power over everybody, right? Must be nice to have that ace in the hole. It sounds like an ace in the hole. The ace in the hole, child. Come on over, Tethers, and start taking on this racism talk too. That's how you'll be accepted. Bring it on over. Bring it on over. Child. See, Money, I appreciate you for the gold coin. Thank you so much. Come on, child.
It's going to hurt us 10 out of 10 times. So again, my condolences. I cannot imagine losing a child, whether it was intent, whether it was roughhousing, whether it was an accident. None of that is going to bring Nolan back. So now we can learn from this and think twice about, is this the environment that I need to put myself in? Even if.
Is this the environment that I need to put myself in? Now, wait a damn minute. Now, something wrong with putting yourself in the environment of white people and your kids is half white? How does that make sense? Does that make sense? Am I missing something? So now we gotta be worried about the environment that we put our kids in. Blacks, full FBAs, full ebonies, full chocolates. Okay. She telling us this. We got to be careful. But allegedly she wasn't careful. Rules for thee, but not for me. Right. Child, please.
These are all friends. Are their parents and their uncles and their senators and their commissioners and all, are they thinking about what's best for Nolan? Or are they thinking about what's best for them? And that's just human nature. Because if we were the dominant society, we would probably do the same thing. Everybody.
If we were the dominant society, we probably would do the same thing. They do want segregation. Absolutely. I don't know about her, but they definitely. No, she don't want segregation. How she don't want segregation and the kids is half white? No, she don't want no damn segregation. What you talking about? Some of the blacks want segregation allegedly until they get some segregation. Remember when that community, it might have been in Georgia, they what is it called? They separated and then they formed their own community, and then all the blacks was upset because the resources were there. How you mad? That's what y'all wanted. That's what y'all wanted. That's what y'all wanted. You wanted to be separate. They separate, you still mad.
takes care of their own first, and that's just a fact.
Take care of your own first. That's just a fact. Now, I'm just a little bit confused. Just a little bit confused. Maybe it's in the code, child. Maybe it's in the code.
Wow. Can I read off some of these super chats and then Crimson, I want you to hop in real quick. Anyone can learn quantum. Thank you for the $5. Like to read. And she said it's a good chance. It's a ritual killing, racist initiation. Listen, man, y'all.
No, it's a racist initiation, child. Lord help you.
More so, people can use race or not. I think having people that have political connections, legal connections involved is the factor. Believe it or not. And I've seen situations with people who were black, because again I worked in Philly. And if you knew the right person, if you was related to the right person, you could get yourself into certain situations and get yourself out of situations. And it was a lot of times who you were related or connected to. But yeah, so again, the judge is involved in this. So a lot of things seem to be not going how normal everyday citizens, black or white, may typically have been getting this type of experience from law enforcement. And last, man support man, thank you, sir, for the 5. This is Maggie. I came across the video of a crackhead disrespecting.
To comment on the overall concept that we seem to have, we collectively as black people, over social media and things of that nature when these things happen. And for whatever reason, there are those of us who like to tiptoe and dance on whether or not things have a racial undercurrent or they don't, or this, that, and the third. And I find that to be foolish and disingenuous. And the reason that I find
hold on
and things of that nature when these things happen. And for whatever reason, there are those of us who like to tiptoe and dance on whether or not things have a racial undercurrent or they don't, or this, that, and the third. And I find that to be foolish and disingenuous.
Sounds like a direct dig to me. Oh, I'm not on code, y'all. So now I'm foolish and disingenuous. So I'm probably the oldest person on this motherfucking panel. And somebody gonna say that I'm foolish and disingenuous? That's what we saying?
On the overall concept that we seem to have, we collectively as black people, over social media and things of that nature when these things happen. And for whatever reason, there are those of us who like to tiptoe and dance on whether or not
and maybe it's buck dancing. Maybe it's buck dancing.
Things have a racial undercurrent or they don't, or this, that, and the third. And I find that to be foolish and disingenuous.
Well, you are welcome to feel the fuck the way you fucking feel, but I want to feel the way the fuck I feel as well. Okay. And I stand on that shit. Okay. So you think what the fuck you want to, and I don't have to go along with nobody. Okay. So y'all can go ahead and go into fucking McDonald's racist. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Don't put your shit on me. Don't say that I'm wrong because I don't agree with y'all. Fuck all of y'all. You hear me? Hear me loudly. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. We don't have to agree. This hive mentality, you can kiss my ass with that shit, okay? I don't relate to you motherfuckers. Let me tell you that loud and fucking clear. If you want to find racism in anything, you go right the fuck ahead. You want to look for it, you go right the fuck ahead. If you want to try to blame something because you want to blame it because you're a fucking failure, you didn't get something, it looks like this, it looks like that, and you have no fucking proof. Yeah, they are the dominant fucking society. What I said was just assume that everybody is fucking white that's racist. Now what the fuck you gonna do? You gonna continue to go to fuck to work? You gonna continue to be on this fucking internet? You still gonna be on this motherfucking YouTube? And you still gonna do every motherfucking thing else that you fucking do. That's what you gonna do. So miss me with all this, somebody is fucking foolish. Fuck that shit. What it is the same old shit about everybody supposed to say the same or supposed to believe the same damn thing if you white. And guess what? At the end of the day, like I said, ain't no fucking sisterhood because motherfuckers will throw you on a motherfucking bus real fucking quick. And there ain't no fucking solidarity because I'm not co-signing the fucking whoredom shit, that sexy red shit, that whoever that last girl is shit, and all this, I can be a whore and call it a business shit. Y'all co-sign that shit. Y'all got that. The 90s is fucking over. The 90s is fucking over. If you think now in 2026 that your life is so fucking bad, leave this fucking country. This tether here certainly don't have a problem with it. From the fact that she's a naturalized citizen and the fact that she got a white daddy for her kids. So miss me with all this racism bullshit, okay? And if I'm fucking foolish, then let me be a fucking fool and let you know that we all good with our foolishness over here. We good with all our fucking foolishness. And I promise you, I would never call none of these motherfuckers, and I wouldn't call fucking Ben Crump either. Because black people will only help you when it's for their fucking good. Say I'm fucking lying. Ain't no stranger coming out to do no shit. Gentlemen, I'm doing a video right now. If I didn't put it out yet, where they up here saying some fucking foolishness about y'all yet again. And then they will turn around talking about how you don't protect black women. You don't protect black women. You don't protect black women. They only give a fuck about you when you're a fucking dead or a fucking criminal. And just like Number Everywhere just said, Ricky said you should leave. That nigga ain't go nowhere. Larry just said it's time to go back to Africa. Pretty sure the African said, don't come here. The African said, we don't want y'all because y'all don't know how to act. Where y'all going? Where y'all going? Where? Because the part about with all this racism, and I've never said that there is no racism. I've never said that. I just don't think, goodbye, skinny boy. I'm not saying that there ain't no racism. What I'm saying is everything ain't racist. That's what I'm saying. If that's what y'all want to believe, then you go right the fuck ahead and believe that shit. But let me tell you something. For all this fighting and the $1 million that you have given this family at this point, they don't believe it's fucking racism. That's why they haven't said it. But miss all that because y'all's agenda is more important. Your fucking agenda is more important than the damn people who the shit happened to. Whatever y'all think you think is what matters. Make sure it matters to you. The last thing that I am is a fucking fool. I'm going to tell you that right now. I ain't make it this far in life being a fucking fool or fool the fuckish. Okay? Kiss my black ass. If that shit is directed to me. I said that. I meant that. Thank you, RBN. He said, I'm about to clock into the racist job in about 10 minutes. I'm sitting in this racist parking lot and listening to messy, foolish Michonne lie on this racist YouTube laugh out loud. Shout out to the hood that fails every single time. Period. Welcome to the show. Every single time. Failure after failure after failure after failure. Ain't no sisterhood. Near none.
Because, and the reason that I find it to be that way is because in this country, Black Americans interfacing with the collective of white Americans always has a racial undertone.
So now every interaction with white people, y'all always has a racial undertone. Okay, so y'all that be hanging out with your white people always has a racial undertone. Okay.
Regardless of outcome. Outcome could be good, could be bad. We could be doing business, making money. We could be friends. We could be not friends. We could be passing through. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter
what the interaction entails.
Doesn't
and
matter
what the outcome of that interaction entails. When the collective of Black Americans interface with the collective of white America, there's always a racial undertone there.
Always, y'all. Always. If you want to look for race, then you go and you look for it. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it. Because if you think that something really is racial or racist, you're gonna fucking know. So all of y'all dealing with all this racism that y'all are dealing with, child, good luck to ya. Good luck to ya, okay? Deal with it. Because like I said, I will fucking call it out. I don't give a fuck who it is. At work, outside of work, I don't give a damn. Because ain't nobody got no problem with saying, let me rephrase. I ain't got no problem with saying shit to nobody, okay? And since Jeff is here, I would never go into somebody else's house and act a fucking fool. I would never do that. And I would expect no one to do that here. I don't do, no shade fatty. I don't do fatty type of shit, okay? I don't do all that wilding out and carrying on. That's why you see I'm the only one to fuck up here. Because I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. But I'm also going to say back when I need to, because I ain't never scared. Ain't never scared. Especially on this stupid ass shit. Fuck that shit, okay? Chris, thank you for another gold coin. I appreciate you, boo.
It can be subtle or it can be loud.
Subtle.
But it's there.
It's
and
there.
Everybody's paying attention to it.
Y'all paying attention to it, Bueller. It's there. It's always there. Y'all paying attention to it, Bueller.
Everybody's paying attention to it. And only those who want to blind themselves, we don't see color. That's the most dangerous statement and a foolish statement. Because whether you see it or not.
I believe that's what what was that? Warren? Is it Warren that said that? Right?
People see it, and they will move accordingly with you. Now, am I saying you always going to be in danger? Is always going to be some horrible outcome thing that happen? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we have to be real with that. Ain't no
Y'all got to be real with that. Be real with that, y'all. Y'all be real with that. Okay.
Such thing as in the deep south.
Here we go with the deep south, child. Don't forget the deep south. It's a deep state, child.
A bunch of white folks and one black person interacting closely, and there's zero racial undercurrent there.
Always racism, y'all. We've been talking about racism for how long now? Almost 5 years. Almost 5 fucking years. All right, cool. Y'all be careful out there, okay? Y'all be careful out there.
That's no. Maybe in another place, maybe in other countries, maybe in other cultures, but in America, I don't like it because it's almost like a gaslighting that happens. Oh, white people don't really feel a certain kind of way. Is it every single individual? I'm not talking about the individuals. We talking about the collective. What's the word I'm looking for? Perimenopause brain fog, y'all. It's the collective consciousness. I seen a video of a white lady like explaining it, and she was like, "We don't like y'all," and she wasn't even saying it mean. She was saying what I have been saying. She was like, "This is culturally under."
Listen, if y'all want to worry about whether white people like y'all, how many times do I have to say black people are too worried about whether people like them? I could give a shit. I promise you. I promise you I don't give a shit who likes me and who doesn't. There's plenty of people don't like me. A lot of them in the chat right now. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to get you to like me. I'm here to do whatever the fuck I want to do. And the only people I have to answer to, guess what? Is YouTube. That's what y'all don't get. You think that I need the approval from black people? I don't. You think I need approval from white people? I don't. The only people I got to worry about is the people that are here that are related to me and this community right the fuck here. Because if something goes wrong, I'm going to say something about it. I don't need to be looking for shit because it will show itself, I promise you. But if you want to think that everything that happens with a white person is racist, you are welcome to do so. Just like I'm welcome to say, y'all got that. I'm going to do me. Y'all do you. Okay? Have the fuck at it. I'm not going to fucking stress out about shit. If you look crazy, trust me, I'm going to know. If you act crazy, trust me, I'm going to leave. There's too many black people, black women in particular, that need to be that people need to be talking to let them know that when a motherfucker slaps you, you need to leave. Nope, nobody want to do that. If a MFer slap you between the washer and the dryer, you know you should leave. Nope, don't do that. You know, when they want to leave in the end, it's the hardest time. I know. So tell them to leave at the first time. Don't want to do that, right? Keep worrying about white people. Again, all the white money that these people are getting, they ain't gonna stop that shit. And all the people that's supposed to be leaving, according to Ricky and Larry Reed, ain't going nowhere. That we already have a tether right here that came on over here, gonna tell black people about blackness whilst having a white father for her kids. The hypocrisy is amazing around here, child. The hypocrisy is amazing.
Stood. We don't have to say it to each other verbatim. We don't have to. Just like y'all got y'all culture and things that y'all go through as black people that other people don't understand because they're not black. We do the same thing. But this plays a part in how we interact. Almost all the time, like almost 100% of the time, even when we're interacting positively or seeming so. I'm sure that Nolan felt safe when he left. That's why he left with them.
Yep.
That's why he left with them, because he thought we were finna.
Blacks, y'all supposed to be scared of white people, okay? That's what I'm hearing right now. Y'all got to be scared of the whites. Y'all make sure you be scared of the whites. Even Ricky Smiley said it. Now you got a cosign here. You're supposed to be scared of the whites. And the girl that said you're a second-class citizen, don't forget that. Okay, so y'all woe is me down the color purple river. Y'all go right ahead. Excuse me. Y'all go right ahead. Y'all got that. Y'all got that. That's all I'm hearing right now. I don't give a shit what anybody is thinking about me. Not near bit. Because you're not going to say anything. That's the thing. Imagine if somebody at my job at a Fortune 500 company comes and talks about, I don't like you because you're black. Oh, yeah? Really? Not a problem. Settlement to come. But keep worrying about it. Keep worrying about it. Don't be around white people, y'all. Don't be around white people. Their undertone is they don't like you, no matter what. Anybody telling that to all the divestors? Bueller. Anybody telling that to all the divestors? I'm thinking they not. Anybody telling that to all of the Eves? And I'm sorry I keep saying the same names, but they're the only ones that come to my head. To the Eves, the Serenas, the Venuses, the Kentanji, the Don Lemon. Are they saying any of that shit to none of them? Still listening to them though? Those are still the people that y'all want to listen to? All right. So it's a picky, sometimey thing, or no, she says all the time. Well, ain't nobody telling them. They going to bed every night with those people. That's okay though. That's okay though. I get it. It must be on a different page of the code, chat.
Chill. We finna celebrate the 4th of July. We gonna kick it and we gonna come back. That's what was in Nolan's mind. It may have been in their mind too, up until whatever happened.
Oh, so when something finally happens, so you wait until 55 years, and when something finally happens, see, I try to tell ya. That is what I'm hearing right now. That's what I'm hearing right now. So, you know, it's an undertone all the time, okay? And y'all could be hanging out, you could be friends and blah, 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 blah. But they just waiting for that one time. And it's like, see? Y'all live like that. Y'all go ahead and live like that. Chris, thank you for the flower. I appreciate you. Y'all, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
And then when whatever happened, just like Miss Maggie said, it clicked up. They clicked up. It was no longer about Nolan as my friend. And
no, and absolutely have no confirmed information at all. But that's what happened. It clicked up. The racism came over and they said, you know what? Today's the day. Y'all remember that with that dude that did the Today's the Day? I wonder if he's in jail. Oh, no, he deleted himself, if I'm not mistaken.
Care about his well-being. Because his mother was the one that put out the call and said, he's missing. He didn't come back.
No, Warren is the one that put out the call and said that we haven't seen Nolan. But everybody knows everything and don't be knowing shit.
He's missing.
Yeah, they didn't.
And y'all didn't tell her, oh, no, we just left him at the place. He's not missing because he was hanging out with such and such when we left. That's what we know.
We know that this is not true.
Oh, he was hanging out with blah, 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 was happening. And then we just left. So he's not missing. He was still at the place where we left. Talk to such and such because that's who we left him with. That's all I'm saying. And I know I'm saying a lot. I'm going to shut up.
You're saying a lot of wrong shit. That's what's being said is a bunch of wrong shit.
No, I think the context of the country we're in, the history we're in, the way in which things are responded to, the situation inherently in and of itself, you're saying is going to have a racial component, even if it's an undertone. That's what I think, Crimson, you're kind of alluding to. Okay. Yeah. I can see that.
Even if it's subtle, it don't have to be in your face and somebody doing something to you, but we know that it could or is playing a part.
It could or is. Well, those are some verifiable facts right there. It could or it is, y'all. It could. That sounds like what Al Sharpton said. We're not saying there is, but we're not saying it ain't.
In this interaction, in some kind of way.
Most
of the time, the vast majority of the time.
Yeah, I think even if people were to tell themselves, because I'm real careful if I don't like the people that say the whole I'm colorblind, I don't see color thing. I hate that. And I understand what they're trying to do when they say race isn't a factor at all, but so they're trying to act like everything's colorblind. Even in the initial interaction, like you said, where he and they maybe are legit friends, they're hanging out, they're having fun, they're having a good time. Even if there's no racial undertones with that dynamic in terms of how they maybe see each other, how they relate.
Warren isn't even in this picture. Now that I know what he looks like, Warren isn't even in this picture. I don't even know who. One of these must be Wyatt, right? Child, these names. Is one of them Earl too? Child.
How they responded and who they knew was going to protect them. And in knowing that it was better to be a part of the group that moves a certain way and don't say certain things than be the one white person that stands out and goes against the narrative, because who knows if the group of 5, 10, 8, however many people are involved and know what happened, end up pointing the finger and saying you did it. Or now you're on your own. Or now you're going to have a difficult time getting legal representation because all of our stories are saying this and you're the only one that's saying you were the last one to be there with him and saw him in this way. But like
now there's all this conspiring, it's all this conspiring because it doesn't make sense that a child that may be in trouble and their parents have the means will go ahead and lawyer up. That just don't make no sense whatsoever, child. Don't forget that, y'all. It's always racist. It could be racist. The undertones is already there. Always there, y'all. All right. Always there.
Maggie said, that is also something most groups will probably do. Was to protect my family, protect my loved ones, protect my friends, protect the people that I know.
Is that weird? Is that weird? So when Maggie says it, regardless of her white baby daddy, ex-husband, it makes sense. So when she says it, it makes sense. But if we're saying right here, like even Uncle Rick is saying, if they're all black, we wouldn't even be heard. It wouldn't even be heard of, right? So if the black people though go and lawyer up, that don't make no sense. Or I'm sorry, when the white people go and lawyer up, that don't make no sense. So the black people are supposed to do what? Sit there and wait for the GoFundMe? Do you see where I try to come from to say black people will be focused? Not we. Y'all be focused on the wrong shit. Instead of just saying it's because of white people, it's because of racism, it's because of this, because of that. We need to get our shit together. So I don't even understand how y'all don't hear that. But it makes more sense to waste time in 2026 worrying about fucking white people in the undertones. Like I said, assume all white people are racist. Now what you gonna do? Because I know when somebody don't like me. Trust me, I know. Last night, I know. Okay? So what the fuck I'm supposed to do about that? I ain't gonna force nobody. I don't give a fuck. I promise you, y'all already know. I don't care who likes me. Black people be concerned with who likes them. I don't give a fuck. Like me, don't like me. I don't give a shit. You think I care when I go to work? You think I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck whether they like me. This work gonna get done though, and you gonna do it whether you like me or not. That's it. That's all.
If the roles are reversed, would you do the honorable thing, or would you do the thing, i.e., protecting yourself and those that look like you? You know, so I think, man, this is a good topic. And Messi, I want you to jump back in after I read a few more of these. School and two better. Thank you. Sure. Talk. I volunteer race, the how and if. And I think we get lost in just the confines of the actual relationship we have with the black or white person in front of us. As a black man, people will push these black men to go out and date interracially. You forget that if there's a domestic violence case, if there's stuff happening in public.
Wait. Hold on.
I think rather than us saying race doesn't matter, maybe it's how and if it matters. Is kind of what Crimson said that I think, and what Mackie said to a degree. You got to pay attention to context, the environment you're in. I think we get lost in just the confines of the actual relationship we have with the black or white person in front of us. As a black man, people will push these black men to go out and date interracially. You forget that if there's a domestic violence case, if there's stuff happening in public, the community, society is going to remind you real quick that they still see a black man. And they may still respond as you both being a man and a black man with a Hispanic or white or Asian woman. So, you know, that's such a good point that she made. Thank you for the fire again. Who else we got? Talented Mr. Heat. Thank you for the gold coin.
I don't know where that come from. Like money.
Yeah, I'm like, what's that if a female was involved and there was an argument involving one of the women of the cloth. But we'll leave it at that for now. As somebody, I think a lot of this is like true. You're not as safe in certain urban areas. That's literally true. If you lived in Philly, Camden, Newark, you name it, you get it. It's clearly not as safe as where I am in the suburbs right now. That's a fact. But with that said, depending on the pockets in the
I ain't living in Camden and I ain't living in the city of Philadelphia. Y'all crazy. Ain't no way.
streets that I lived on, there's plenty of stretches where I've just had no issues. So, and I think that there's other pockets there, it is unsafe in certain areas. So I get it. I understand the sentiment behind it. I've always thought that the interracial thing was always related more to proximity more than anything else. And maybe some other factors. But Big Mo, thank you for the $2. In a white supremacist society, race always counts. Woo! Thank you for the $2 for sure. But black on black crime and why we don't give the same energy. The system never fails to prosecute in those cases. Justice is served. The issue is when the system fails to prosecute white on black crime. Well, I don't know how hypocrites, how familiar you are when it comes to working with or alongside the justice system, but if you
Hypocrite had something to say. Shut the F up. I don't know who he was talking to, asking about what black on black crime. Oh, there was somebody that made that comment about black on black crime in the super chat. And why we don't give the same energy. The system never fails to prosecute in those cases. Justice is served. The issue is when the system fails to prosecute white on black crime. I'm not saying that it's not an issue, but like everybody want to say two things can be true at the same time until you start talking about all the crime going on with the Mimas and the pawpaws getting taken on and up out of here by your bastard ass kids. Nobody want to talk about none of that. But when it comes to something like this, two things can be true at the same time, but you don't want to say that here. Got it. Anyway.
Actually worked in the hood or lived in the hood, you would find out that often justice actually isn't served. Because a lot of times there's a code of ethics that includes not snitching and not going against the very black people who could be terrorizing the community. So that's number one. And number two, we also have a community that also glorifies this stuff. So, you know, I get the person who raised the initial point. And when it comes to, and what I don't like, and I'm finding this to get very annoying in this space, to be honest with y'all, whenever any potential incident involving a black person losing their life occurs and people want more information, when it involves a non-black person and people want to know more information about that case, using a black people die or black people kill each other thing, that still doesn't change what happened with this case. Is it possible to walk and chew gum at the same time? You could be concerned about what's happening amongst black people.
No, it's not, because when we talk about the black on black crime, as they want to call it, Then everybody's saying that I'm a white fucking supremacist. So y'all really don't give a fuck. Not y'all, you know what I'm saying. So y'all really don't give a fuck. So I'm supposed to go all in and call this case racist. But when I'm saying we need to get these damn kids, some of y'all need to get your kids under control, I'm a white supremacist. Well, me, Mom, and Paw lived to 75 years old to be taken out by your fucked up kids, and now I'm still the issue because the Black community don't want to talk about it. We've been talking crime is down for how long? If we don't talk about it, nobody talks about it. JP, if you're in here, drop your channel. We need to follow all my hoes demonetized and get him to 50 so he can stream. Fa, drop your channel. We need to get Fa up to 50 so he can live stream as well.
People and also be concerned with this case, or are we only allowed to pick one side? So I can only focus on black and black violence and crime, even though my entire career was in those spaces working with those families. But because we're interested in this case, we're not allowed to, and vice versa. If we're not interested in this, we'll focus on black crime.
That's how it works, though. That's absolutely how it works, though. Soon as you start talking about what's going on, then the community is all you do is talking about black people. You don't like your own. You don't like your people. No, you don't like your people because you're okay with old elders because we respect elders, veterans. Shout out to the military, to the vets, and the disabled. Y'all think baby moms are supposed to be the top of the chart. Fuck them, okay? If y'all here, don't come for me. It is what it is. On page 305. Y'all don't care. So you're okay with your meemaws and your pawpaws being taken on up out of here by your punk ass kids and you ain't got nothing to say. Now, but you want to go all in and give these people $1 million and fight tooth and nail and make a divide even worse, and then want to say, if you don't say it's racism, then there's something wrong with you. Fuck y'all. Okay? I said that. I meant that. Uncle Hook, thank you for the gold coin. I appreciate you. Thank you for another gold coin, hon. I appreciate you. Jonathan Clark, thank you for the gold coin. Shout out to all the gold coins. Everybody subscribe to Fa. Shout out to Fa. I appreciate you, boo.
Like, can y'all just shut the hell up and allow people to just be interested in what they want to be interested in? And if they want to adapt, if they want to change strategies, if they want...
I agree. So from now on, the answer is shut the fuck up and let us be interested in what the fuck we want to be interested in. Except it doesn't seem to work that way. Because the hive mentality is, you got to do what we say you do. Child, go listen to Ben Crump. He done told y'all to get your shit together and go and worry about Nolan, continue, and don't be worrying about LeBron. Now that y'all know where LeBron is going, get your fucking focus back. Get your focus back onto the Nolan case. You can't be nowhere else. You can't be nowhere else. Quality guy, appreciate you for the floating heart. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Appreciate you.
Have different approaches. It is what it is. Like, let people be allowed to just be interested in whatever pops up on their feeds. Jesus. And that wasn't towards House of Hypocrites. That's just in general. This pattern I've been seeing. Like, every time we're speaking on one of these high profile cases, I need to focus on what happened in Chicago. I almost cussed Miss Maggie. Y'all, I ain't from Chicago. All right? Your boy's from Philly. Your boy's from Jersey. I could be interested in any case of anything happening. And why stop it with blacks in America? Because y'all so unified. Why don't we talk about the murders in the other black countries? Relax. Black people kill black people. White people kill black people. Black people have a tendency to kill white people too. If a case props up and it's interesting, we're going to commentate. The
and
end.
white people kill other white people. What are you talking about? And you ain't from Chicago, but I am.
Yeah,
y'all not too much on Chicago just because the propaganda tell y'all that it's so dangerous. Like,
and most recently the summer.
I ain't going to Chicago. Y'all got that.
Listen, let me finish these. Paul, it's slim, simple question.
Yes.
Why? That I do want to know, because I don't see this Trump. I'm gonna say this real quick, and this is a message. I got a question to all the black people in the entire country. Is Ben Crump the only lawyer we can hire?
Yes.
Why? That I do want to know, because I don't see this track record of success for why Crump is. I don't know if it's just he gets a lot of eyeballs just with his presence, and he knows a lot of people. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, a lot of these high profile cases haven't exactly gone up in his client's favor. So I don't know what is it about Ben Crump? Is he like the new like Jesse Jackson in terms of like when it comes to legal stuff? And is anybody, have you ever noticed like he's constantly being picked? And this is going on 10 years now that I've heard of Ben Crump. Why do y'all think he's specifically the one who keeps getting selected as the spokesperson for a lot of these families?
Al just called him the AG for the black community at the alleged funeral, which, no disrespect, it seemed like a pep rally. And that's why I feel like they let you. Girl, how you know it was a pep rally? How you know it was a pep rally? Did you watch it or something? Oh yeah, I think she did. So all right. I guess she might know. Onto these tragedies. No disrespect to. I'm about sick of this doctor that thinks she a damn lawyer. She get on my nerves. You know, any of the family. He and Al, they latch onto these tragedies and then they call it racism. Tell black people to be scared. You need to vote Democrat, progressive, liberal, DSA, whatever you want to call it. And that's where that comes from. Does it get paid? Absolutely. But it's also you need to vote for Democrats. So that's the part also that we focus it on, because it's the same thing. He's now in Wisconsin. It's like, well, what's going on with Carmelo? Because you was over there with that. And I don't even know what it was beforehand. But he don't have his hand in anything to say it's racist. Now his mantra is justice for insert name and start chanting that. Like, it's annoying, but if people think that's what they need, then that's what you need.
I want to tell y'all this real quick. If anything ever happens to me, I'm telling the entire community and my family as well, do not hire Crump. I'm sorry. Because I want justice. I want a positive ending in terms of whatever it is that the people on my behalf are seeking. This brother's batting average is not hitting. I'm sorry.
It's good for settlement. I don't think they're looking at that. They just looking at, it's been Crump, so it must be okay.
Alert. Oh man. Well, brother, you got a point there. There's definitely people who move that way home. I see people get alert, appreciate, or scuffle could go bad. They're grown folks that's handled often, and people are still talking about them as if they're Carmelo Anthony's age, that they're still in high school. So part of the element of why all these white kids that's involved, these are adults. But the way in which in a racialized society, where one group tends to be adultified and the other tends to be made to be very innocent, and that's actually one of the ways in which it then tends to be described in that way. So just be careful. I know that you said young men, but I actually have seen plenty of comments that made it seem like, they're just young or this or that. Listen, brother, you can drive a boat.
Nobody is young. Ever since Cassie with her frontal lobe, nobody is young. It's interesting though. It's always the excuse for the black women, which of course is not the case right here today. It's those dudes, right? The white guys, of course, in this particular case. But we did a video, if y'all remember, we did a live stream where young black girls are made to be older than what they actually are, which is absolutely a thing. Grown, you old enough. And maybe that did come from slavery, but guess what? That's something that we could stop. Would we like to stop doing that? Or we just want to go ahead and make sure that we just continue on? And then when your kids is out here being whores at 15 and 16, then it's always, oh my God. Oh, well, if that's what you perpetuated or that's what you're allowed to be, then is that something we can do something about? Or no, we're just going to say it's slavery's fault? Because that's basically what it was when we went over it, if you recall. That's what the white man used to say, because he used to go and do this and do that. And I'm not saying that don't happen, so we can't change it now? No? All right. It's just me. I know.
If you could drink, you come in and out when you want to. You have the responsibility to be honest about what went down in this case before the authorities find out. So in this scenario, it seems like somebody or multiple people are.
Again, I don't think it's weird, right? White people do live differently, and these people had money. And while they have boats and had parapets, I will call it, and they had launch pads or whatever in the backyard, guess who was enjoying that as well? Nolan. So he was over there, and he had knowledge of it as well. So he was enjoying that. It's like what people got to be upset and jealous. Like white people typically, not all of them, but a lot of the people in the country teach their kids how to use A2s. So, or 2As, I should say. And is that weird? Is that weird? Instead of doing something like that and teaching them the right way, they just for the black people, they just out here wilding and taking out Mima and Paw. Is it a boat slip? My bad. All right, a boat slip. They probably got what is it called? Sea-doos, and all that type of stuff. That's one of the differences. It's not weird. It's not like we can't do those things. We just culturally typically don't do those things. It's not like we can't. It's not like we're not allowed to, because it's enough of the culture is too busy trying to say that I'm not your bitch no more. I'm not your bitch no more. That's more important to be worried about.
Hiding something, they're adult enough and smart enough to know to hide it and not be completely forthcoming. So at that point, the young person, whatever, kind of goes out the window. That's for me personally. Cosmo Kid. Without Mrs. Man, appreciate you. People think they're not letting the authorities know what they need to know. If there's evidence they could be turning in, if they're not turning in, that doesn't exist, and it's never a fact. And respective chats, Uncle Office available, and that's the other part that's true. I think all of us that's throwing out our different perspectives, and although they're different, they're looking at things through a particular lens, but by simultaneously stating that we don't know for sure what happened. And that's what it's going to be from this particular platform. We don't know. We know something happened, something potentially nefarious happened, and they are hiding it. I am saying that. They are hiding it. We just don't know what it is.
All right. He said it. They are hiding it.
They're hiding in who specifically was involved that potentially contributed to this young brother's passing. Pac-Man, thank you for the 1,000 jewels with the GOAT trophy. Mark this now for about 2. I'll say y'all are so kind for you to consider the law firm. I'm reading your MVP for that final thoughts, even in terms of just all the different points we've made, what we've seen that are involved aren't judged or involved. All these people are contradicted. This is fact. This is corruption. What do each of y'all think?
Well, hopefully the toxicology will come out and help with making that type of determination, which we don't even know yet, which we obviously can see alcohol is something that they all were doing. But if they definitely, girl, how you know they was all drinking alcohol? Here you go again. They are responsible for, like I said, what I think maybe, not letting people know, cover up, however you want to classify it. I don't know anything about jail times. I know it says doctor, and that's why I'm not a doctor and I'm not a lawyer. Okay. I see y'all trying to figure that out. All right. Only on YouTube, not in real life. But yeah, if they are found to be liable in whatever way, absolutely they should be getting some time. And if not, then I think that's definitely an issue, and that somebody would need to protest then, you know what I mean? And do something and say something and you know what I mean? Like right now, there's very limited information. Like I said last night, that new audio allegedly saying that they're saying Nolan's name just came out last night. So everything is basically speculation at this point for everybody. I think toxicology is going to be the first autopsy, and toxicology is going to make the determination on actually what should happen thereafter. Me personally.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big major factor, and I'm also concerned based on how things have been going so far. Who should be confident that the toxicology is going to come back accurate? Because they listen. It just came out last week.
Isn't that where Ben Crump should be spending his time to make sure that shit is being done properly? Shout out to AR Smitty in the building. Hey, boo. Isn't that where he should be spending his time? One would think, making sure everything is going along out there over where the racist judicial system is going on, which makes sense, which would not make sense because they said it, but that's something that could be covered up, right? I thought they were supposed to be meeting to give the phones up. How come that never happened? So that they can then inspect what the phone says, and I guess make the request so that they can see if anything was actually deleted. Please understand and know, nothing has been proven to say and be for sure that anything has been deleted from that phone. The mama just said it. That don't mean that it's true. What was deleted then? When we gonna find that out? Just because there was no Snapchats, that is not enough to say that something was deleted. What else was deleted then? But child, don't ask no questions.
Of a toxicology, I forget if the lady was on the West Coast or whatever. And when I get the chance, I'll pull it up for another thing. Tampering with DNA evidence for years. Hundreds of cases that they're going to have to relook at. And I'm talking about swapping out DNA, stating that there was no DNA ingression. We also got to believe that that's a possibility that you have to start to take a little bit more seriously than I think maybe. I don't even know if there was ever a time that we just blindly always assumed the investigators and justice system. Remember, y'all, a judge is involved. I don't care what you think about, set race aside, y'all. A judge is involved, and her child is involved, directly involved. Her child is doing interviews. So I think we need to wake up to reality that, we don't know to the degree of how much this family is going to be able to be supported and protected. So, and this is potentially one of the ways in which that could be potentially the case. Crimson and Maggie, what about y'all?
The way in which it is handled, race aside, since so many people don't want to do the race talk. Race aside.
Who the fuck you talking about? Hold on. Who you talking about? Who?
The way in which it is handled, race aside, since so many people don't want to do the race talk. Race aside.
Sounding like that's another dig to me. So since so many people don't want to do the race talk. Oh, so again, it's okay for you to believe what you want to believe, not okay for me. This is how the community does. You got to do what we say. You got to do how we say. If we say it, it must be true. No. Y'all go ahead with all that victim mentality all you want to. Y'all got that. Whatever you say. But I stand on what the fuck I said. Period. And when when that thing about 6 p.m. comes through, I'm going to need to hear a lot more apologies around here.
The way in which it is handled, race aside, since so many people don't want to do the race talk. Race aside. We're talking about, as you keep pointing out, rightfully so, a judge. We are talking about people with sway where they are. And to think that she would not use her power, perceived or real, her influence or sway, to maintain her child's freedom, you'd be a fool to think that she would not do that.
I'm thinking that anybody that had that power of persuasion, that they would be a fool. So what I'm hearing is that you colors can't get in to have anything. So you're always going to be oppressed because the white people are always going to be in charge. Because, you know, typically, and I said typically, when y'all get in, shit don't seem to go right for some reason. Don't ask me. Shout out to Big Tiff. Let me know how Big Tiff is doing down there. So now people just focused on the damn judge, no other things about the case. And of course, that just means racism. Y'all got that. Y'all got that. Ain't nobody forcing me to believe anything than what I fucking believe based on the limited amount of facts that we have around here. If it comes to pass that it's 6 p.m., there's a lot of motherfuckers around here that need to fucking apologize. There's a lot of motherfuckers around here that could be held liable for the shit that they say because they just think they know so fucking much. All these motherfuckers think they know so fucking much and have shown and proven that you don't even know half of the shit that you know, that you think you know. Do they know this woman? They don't know anything. They don't know anything, okay? That has been shown and proven since the beginning of this daggone conversation. But swear they know everything, okay? You got a tether talking about we got to stick together. Who got a baby daddy that's white? But saying that all these white people racist and everything they're going to do. Now you got her calling me foolish and now sitting up here telling me that I should be talking about race. No, y'all got that. I thought Jeff said that, you know, walking and chewing gum at the same time. I thought that it was, you know, everybody can believe what they want to believe. Oh yeah, not the Dr. Judge up here, not that heifer right there. Not this heifer right here. No, she gotta follow what they say, not her. She gotta follow what they say, or she wrong. Which is why there's so many trolls over here. Because I'm not jumping off the cliff to say that shit that these people are saying with absolutely no proof at all, just because somebody is white. And then sit up here and lie and say that that's not the reason why. That's the only reason why. They don't know anything about this case. We know what we know. They know less than what we know, but they just know everything. Because, you know, it's the deep South. It's Mississippi. This is what white people do. Because it was a white lady that said that we really don't like y'all. Well, they like Maggie. Clearly, they like Maggie. What you talking about? They like Don Lemon. They like Venus and Serena. They like Jamie Foxx a lot, child. What's this? Jamie Foxx's third white baby mom? So it's just a picking and choosing, right? Of course, as it always is. Don't fucking come for me. Chris, thank you for the jewels, the silver star. I appreciate you, boo.
For anybody that want to know how power works, especially in small towns and rural white America and white America, look up the Murdaugh case.
And I won't.
Murdaugh. It's a whole documentary on it. It's on YouTube and everything. Look up the Murdaugh case. There was an incident, and that boy's rich, powerful family decided that he was not going to be guilty. It uncovered a whole slew of corruption because so many of them was in law enforcement. And
so that's what's happening here. So y'all don't forget about the Murdaugh, whatever it's called. Don't forget about that, because that's what happened then, and that's what's happening now with no proof. Already shown and proved that you don't know what's going on, but don't forget about the Murdaugh case or the Murdaugh case or whatever the fuck it is.
Some of them were judges and some of it this, that, and the third in the place where they were at. So they were using that influence to make sure that their family was never in any trouble and the people that they knew, blah, 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 blah. So my point in saying it is, even if you don't want to think about race, think about power. Think about influence. Who would have the power to seal? They get a second autopsy done and don't send his throat structures. Who does that?
Autopsy people, because they're freaking looking at it still because they think that there's something there. But, you know, worry about the Murdaugh case. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry about the facts of this one. Worry about the Murdaugh. What is it? Murdaugh? You said Murdaugh case.
But outside medical examiner is going to re-examine the body and come up with their own independent findings. Don't you think it's important that they have every part of the body?
Wow, I guess they just don't know how it actually works, huh? I guess no one looked into how the autopsies work. Child, just because Colin Kaepernick said we want you to do something, everybody's supposed to stop, drop, and roll and say, you know what? Give them everything because it's Colin Kaepernick. You know, that nigga that sued the NFL because it's a slave plantation. And then he's trying his best to get back into said slave plantation. Oh yeah. Can't talk about that. Is that in the code, child? Is that in the code, girl? Let me know. Chris, thank you for the gold coin. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Child, it don't matter if it's Murtaugh. I ain't looking it up. Trust me, I'm not. I don't give a fuck.
Would you specifically keep the throat structures? And then when that comes out and make us think about it, oh, we're sealing the whole thing. What do you mean you're sealing it? Like, what are we doing? This.
What are they talking about? What is she talking about? Who sealed what thing? I don't know what she's talking about. What's she talking about? Who sealed what thing? Ain't nothing been released. Oh, Ben Crumb's mush mouth going over something that he should have left to a fucking professional. That's it. We don't know no more after that because that mush mouth ain't saying shit. And he actually, I'm gonna give him credit, said that it's not unusual for the body parts not to be in there. But remember all the gas from all the people in the peanut gallery because they don't know how the fuck shit works and they clearly don't listen either. Okay. Anyway.
This is where the suspicion comes from for people who don't understand where the suspicion comes from.
People who don't understand. Interesting phrase there. Interesting phrase.
Because it's moving funny. Because if we're in the interest of justice and we are in the interest of truly finding out what exactly happened to Nolan, was it an accident? Was it foul play? Do somebody need to be accountable for it or not? Or whatever the case may be. Let's just say you're thinking about it from a clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
What's with not being transparent about key things that could substantiate or debunk any fact?
More knowledge of the fact that she doesn't have all the information. But this is what a lot of people are doing. We want it to be racism. It doesn't matter about any of the facts. Go look up the Murtaugh case, not this one with the actual facts on what's going on with it. Nah, go look up some other shit. All right. Let's just make sure that we say it's power because I don't want to say racism. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I know what the fuck is going on to this point with the limited amount of information that we have. You don't know. What happened to the throat? I'm so sick of people hearing that. Does anyone listen to anything? ChatGPT is here for a fucking reason. That's the easiest thing to do. You can question it directly. You ain't even got to just Google no more. You can tell it, can you give me the sources for? Don't even want to do that, child. But keep talking.
Why are we not doing that? You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm coming more so from how the case is being handled and the potential for the corruption in the case.
How are you coming from the way the case is handled and you don't even know how the case has been handled? That don't even make no sense. None.
To be mishandled purposely so that nobody has to be accountable for it. And that young man just be gone and don't nobody care. But his mama and his daddy. And they don't care about his mama and his daddy crying and feeling no other type of way. Just long as they kids all right. You don't care about nobody else's kid. Don't care about Nolan. They don't care about.
Oh, so do black people care about white people's kids? Since we throwing that out there, do black people care about white people's kids? Because them white people don't care about no black kids. Them white people don't care about no black kids. Girl, I promise you it was not on my list of things to ever do. Them white people don't care about no black kids. Do black people care about white kids? Since everybody always want to do, but what if the roles were reversed? Let's go ahead and do it then. That's the answer to everything.
They don't care about that. They care about theirs. That judge lady care about her son.
Yep.
And Nolan's parents care about him. And Javon's parents care about him. And what is his name? The other half-breed, his parents care about him. Is that weird? Shouldn't your parents care about you? I'm confused. Should your parents not care about you? So now it's weird and racist that white people care about their kids, child. I can't do it.
Period, point blank. She don't care who she got to throw under the bus. You understand that? She don't care what she got to do.
Does she even know the judge's name to be making this statement right now, Bueller? Anybody think she even knows the judge's name to be making the statement?
What string she got to pull or pay for? If she's able to do that, that's what her husband and all they're gonna do.
Oh yeah. What's that $1 million that the Wamsleys is getting? What they gonna do with that? What they gonna do with that? Oh, all right. I guess they need it for something. Whatever. I say give them the money. I say raise it to $1 million. Give them the money. Give them all the money. I like it. Shout out to GoFundMe's. Well, why is it that blacks always get GoFundMe's and white people already have the money? Oh, I know it's because of slavery, because we can't think of doing anything now in 2026 and everybody's just holding everybody back, right? Okay. Got it. Whatever. Oh, where's the mouse?
Period, point blank. That's where the suspicion is coming from, because it's like, y'all not gonna handle this right, and we already see how y'all not really moving right with this whole thing. This is where the suspicion and the extra examination is coming from, and people trying to find out what's really going on. And I'll say one more thing to the people who always talking about black on black crime. Well, we need to focus on that. You focus on it. Since you so concerned about what the dynamics that play into black crime, whether you think it's poverty got something to do with it, or whether you think proximity has something to do with it, then you go figure it out, because there's only a minority of criminals in the black community, period. Anyway, most black people are law-abiding citizens.
There's only a minority of black people that are criminals. Wow. Did y'all know that? There's only a minority of, it's usually y'all's kids, though. It's usually y'all's kids, though. Only a minority of them. Nice, nice. Well, y'all don't have to worry. Then that's why crime is down. That's why crime is down.
And just because they happen to live in the hood don't mean they shooting and killing.
So, you know, you happen to live in the hood and they don't mean they shooting and killing. There you go. There you go. Don't even worry about it, y'all. Don't even worry about it. Just like Chicago is a wonderful place to go to see. I'm not going, but y'all make sure y'all go ahead and go.
So you worry about it. You get a platform. You start an organization. You get boots on the ground to try to figure out why black on black crime is happening. You figure it out. Don't tell nobody else what they should and should not be interested in or talking about or thinking about. We can chew bubble gum and walk at the same time.
Oh wait, so you can chew bubble gum and walk at the same time, but I can't? Hold on a second. So interesting again. We can chew bubble gum at the same damn time. Oh, but if I don't believe what you believe, then I'm foolish. Ain't that interesting? Ain't that interesting? Colored community at work. Colored community at fucking work. Same shit, different case. Whatever.
Too bad if you can't do that.
It seems like it. And Maggie, before you go, real quick, Cosmo Kid, $60. Thank you for that. I wish they would give us like get involved in something. Specifically was involved as far as and some people assumed was like he's guilty before they saw anything. It's depending on where people stand and how they move. The goalpost tends to move based on who's the victim and who's the potential alleged involved. Like I see how we move this goalpost in these discussions. But I appreciate you, sir, for the 60 for sure. F.A. Brown, just showing love to the ladies. Love my ladies. Maggie Crimson and Messy. You already know you're my boo in real life. The $5 holla, great show, banger. CC was in the pocket regarding my home state. There's always a racial only in jest. What's the bottom part of the S's shape resemblance? Yeah, man, it plays a factor in things. How race that it could be evolved from start to finish. A factor. We kind of got to get that out of our thinking. But at the same time, it's like individual choices. And Maggie, you kind of alluded to it. Going out drinking and partying on a boat with anybody who's not super responsible is the way in which I grew up and experienced college parties. The substances that was introduced, the environments we put ourselves in. A lot of people don't make it home just strictly off of who they're going out and hanging out with, whether they be.
That's the fucking key right there. We'll see next Monday. I stand by what the fuck I'm saying, though. I tell you that. We'll see next Monday. It is what it is.
White or black or how society or the police choose to handle is the secondary matter. There are instances where maybe, that we have to reevaluate. If the goal is to be safer, is the goal, I'm going to do and put myself in situations where I'm drinking high, taking whatever, and dealing with a bunch of people who's also doing the same, but I'm only going to do that with black people. Maybe the lesson isn't just race related. Maybe the lesson is also certain situations and scenarios we're putting ourselves in. Growth Talk, Netflix, our murder. Oh, this is what Crimson was talking about, murders. Thank you for that. And then last but not least, Alex. And there's no way I'm going to find it amongst.
So there's a couple of thoughts that I had that I would encourage all of us to think about, as we close. I understand the history of this country. There are going to be some that rush to, it's always about race. There's going to be some that say, I don't see color. The truth is somewhere in between. I also would love that we could trust in the investigation, but whatever comes out of the investigation, there is going to be a side that feels wronged by that. We saw what happened in Zanzibar, whatever it is. I think they had 2 autopsies and something in us still doesn't sit right, that a young woman went over there, got engaged, didn't come back. And that's just that.
What they do with her GoFundMe? What they do with, what is her name? Ashley Janae's GoFundMe. It wasn't $1 million, but they got some money for her. What they do with that money?
So the 2 things that I thought about, there are, number 1, outside influences, and number 2, you mentioned class. Even if these boys were a band of brothers and grew up together and sleepovers and all the stuff, and I don't see color and all the things that we wish it could be, the moment that trouble happens, everybody scatters to their corner. Even if these boys are technically adults by age. I got an 18-year-old. Call me, Mom, when does my passport expire? They still run home to their parents when they need help. That's just how young people are. So it reminds me of, and I've gone through divorce. I remember, I think it was Lee Attorney who talked about this. You know, when women get all up in arms about, oh, I don't want to sign a prenup. I don't want to sign a prenup. I would never do that. There is a time when it's not about what you want and what your husband wants. There is a system that is behind the scenes that you don't see. The moment that, I'll speak for myself, I may say, I just want everybody to leave with what they came with. I don't want anything. My attorney will say, no, we're going for this. We're going for that. So my point is, when you look at that picture of those boys, it's not just the boys that are on the boat and then they're all having a good time. They have people in their corner that are going to start moving things around to make sure their own is protected. And like I said the first time, it's human nature. Is there a racial element? Of course, this is America. However, I think,
of course, this is America, but you know, she wanted to be here. This racist America, but the white man is the baby daddy. I just feel like that's a little bit of hypocrisy right there. We want to talk about white people, but white man was good enough to have kids with, right? Whatever. Thank you, Gen Z. She said, see how she threw us under the bus about highlighting trashy people in our community who are constantly deleting us. Like, why does it only matter when white folks hurt us? Now you see why I was heated. You know, this is the way that it is. We already see it. Then they say, well, why don't you do something about it? We talk about it, and it's like, you're a white supremacist. All you do is talk about black people. Well, hell, you got black people in here instead trolling, worrying about my fucking hair. I don't understand why you're worried about it, because it's always some superficial bullshit, because black people really don't want to get down to the nitty gritty unless it has something to do with white people. Half of the shit that was said by these people was all wrong. It was all the fuck wrong. But everybody know everything. Everybody got something to say. Whatever. What the fuck ever. But what we not going to do is think you're going to be talking about me in front of my motherfucking face and think that I'm just going to let that shit slide. Y'all can believe whatever the fuck it is that you want to. I'm not going to be rude or whatever on this man's platform or anybody else's platform. I don't need to argue with none of these motherfuckers, because I can just come here and talk about whatever the fuck I want to. That's it. That's all. I done already told you ain't no sisterhood. I already know this. I've already known this. Proof yet again. And yeah, talking all this, what white people do and we take care of our own and all that bullshit. I feel like that's hypocritical. Me personally. Chris, thank you for the sparkles. I appreciate you. Unorthodox healer, thank you for the jewels, for the mic drop. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Shout out to all of y'all that's still hanging in there. This is almost over and then I'm done. Kyla, thank you for the 100. I believe you. I'm sorry. I appreciate you.
the natural response is to protect your own. So if you are in a position where it's going to hurt you, you need to think about that and know that it may not start out with malintent, but if everybody does what's right for their own, am I going to be the majority in this situation, or am I going to be coming up with the short end of the stick? We know that these, this family, and again, the boys could be, lifelong friends, but think about it. We have a boat. I heard on the 911 call some type of membership. They're going out. These are people with
what type of membership? Well, I hope if you have a boat, you do have a membership. What the fuck?
Resources. So there is a class element in there, and not only for their immediate family, but I'm sure their extended family, because Nolan and his family, when you look at the community, we don't have the strong arm in our community collectively that others do. So we have to be hyper vigilant, whether or not they meant it or not.
You got to be hyper vigilant. Nolan and them ain't got shit. So you got to be hyper vigilant. They ain't got shit.
When they move a chess piece, their ripple effect is always going to have a lot more force behind it than what we can do. That's why people go out and get an opportunist like Ben Crump to draw attention to it, because they want desperately somebody to help them. And I got my own thoughts about him, because where is he when there's not a high profile case? So the last thing I'll say is this, when I said all of us do what's best for us, and again, it may be polarizing, but it makes me think of, do you remember when the Ukraine war happened and that Ukrainian woman got stabbed on the bus, or she was coming home, innocent woman. There was a black
Thank you, RBN, for the clutch. Appreciate you.
Man who stabbed her, and she lost her life. You could feel the tension in the ethos about that. So it's right underneath the surface in this country. And I think to go, skipping through life like
right underneath of the surface of this country, yeah, right underneath.
It doesn't exist. I think we're doing ourselves a disservice. And in that underneath the tension in the in the ethos about that. So it's right underneath the surface in this country. And I think to go, skipping through life like, oh, it doesn't exist, I think we're doing ourselves a disservice. And in that case specifically.
Who said that racism didn't exist? I just want to be clear on that. Did somebody say that racism didn't exist? Bueller? Did somebody say that racism didn't exist?
In the ethos about that. So it's right underneath the surface in this country. And I think to go, skipping through life like, oh, it doesn't exist, I think we're doing ourselves a disservice. And in that case specifically, if that had been somebody's daughter, a judge's daughter, or somebody who was American with power and resources, things would look very different. But because she was, I don't know her story, but because she was not an immigrant, what do you say when you come to another country out of
a refugee? She was a refugee.
Right. Because she was a refugee, she didn't have family. She didn't.
Yeah, y'all don't know much of anything. Shit. Did she mention? I'm pretty sure she didn't. That they hurried up and got Irina's law. Isn't that the one where they got Irina's law? Was y'all worried? I mean, it was horrible, of course, but was there any old undertones for y'all? Any undertones for y'all? When that thing happened on the train with Irina? Sorry, boo, if I missed this. Shout out for the jewels for the clutch. I appreciate you. I thought you was at the white man's job, child. Chris, thank you for the happy poop. Appreciate you. AR Smitty, I appreciate you, boo. He said, is there any chance for reconciliation, Messy, or is it's up, then it's stuck? That's up to these people, honestly. I said, if you see me not back on Monday, then I guess that's it. But what I'm not gonna do is allow people to play in my motherfucking face. That's what I'm not gonna do. That's what I'm not gonna do. But wasn't there Irina's law? Isn't that what that case was that came out after that? I'm just saying. I believe it was. Real quick. But Black people still listening to people that say, oh, well, even though Democrats don't do shit for Black people, we still got to vote Democrat. Yeah. Wonder why shit ain't getting done. Blame racism, child.
And have support here. Her parents and her family are basically just at the mercy of what happened to her. And I will ask all of us, did any of us gather and lock up in arms and say, we need to do right by that Ukrainian lady who came here and who was just going to work and was minding her own business and lost her life?
They did do something right by her. They absolutely did.
Or did we all say, well, that's messed up, but you know what, I'm gonna take care of my own? The truth is, it's human nature to take care of your own. And it's unfortunate and it's tragic. And I hate that it's the truth, but we got to rip the Band-Aid off and realize the environment that we're in so we don't fool ourselves into putting ourselves into situations where time and time again, we come up with the short end of the stick, whether or not it was intentional. None of that is going to bring Nolan back.
Well, real quick, there's one more that I wanted to read. Percy's channel, decomp source TMZ. Don't know that applies at all to the actual, but I did hear that the family did deny that. I don't know if additional investigators that are currently involved had the opportunity to check the boat at any point. I did hear rumors about the boat being cleaned at a certain time and early in the morning, but I don't know. And I've only seen that.
Yeah, the boat was cleaned. And did we not hear from the person from Cajun Navy that says that they offered to come and take a look at the boat and check it out? And Ben Crump said no. And he says the only way that you could get rid of something that actually is on the boat in this type of case would be one type of ingredient, which I don't know what it is. I don't know if y'all know. And he says that these people wouldn't have it. So why wouldn't Ben say, let's go ahead and take a look? Oh, maybe to fan the flames of racism. Allegedly.
More as a gossip thing. I haven't received that in terms of official confirmation. The case is a mess. People are hiding things. I think what Maggie said, in the varying reasons, like you all had mentioned, power, race, class, it's probably a combo mix of all of the above. And I think that, I would love for everybody. I would love for us to get to a spot where let's just wait to see what the results are before we know for sure. I am concerned with somebody this high up being involved, meaning the mother of one of the potential defendants, being.
But it doesn't matter, allegedly, based off of what people say, because white people be white people, and then it don't matter if they have no money or not, right? Because white people are going to get the best of everything because they're just white, because that's just the way that it is. So everybody's all good with it. Cool. There you go. Thank you so much, RB, and very generous of you. I appreciate you. He said, I just came out of a meeting that I requested about my pay. Guess what the racist white manager did? Granted an increase to reflect the volume of work I walked into and admitted he misled me when I got hired. Imagine that. Shout out to RB, and y'all make sure you congratulate him. What most Black people don't do is negotiate pay, ask for raises or anything of such, and then say, oh, but we underpaid. Well, because you don't ask for anything. And if you're not doing anything that warrants something like this, you're not going to get anything. Friend of mine that I told y'all about, he over here working. He said he had 49 hours of overtime in 1 week. 49 hours of overtime in 1 week, which in essence, he basically worked 90 hours. But y'all think that I'm supposed to sit up here and have empathy and sympathy for Generation Z? Nah, work. Because that's what you're supposed to do, especially as a damn man, instead of running around here whining and complaining about what somebody ain't do for you and it's all racist. But y'all, what the fuck do I know? Come on, hurry up.
Such a high-ranking legal member being a judge at that, I am worried that there's never going to be a version of us fully, if something even did get proven to happen, that was wrong. I have a strange feeling that it's not going to be the justice that perhaps that person deserves, even if we have the evidence that comes out. That's what I am concerned about, specifically more than anything else, because it is a judge that has access to networking and resources for sure. Yeah, this was a tough thing to kind of review and prepare for, but I appreciate you ladies for sharing your thoughts and your views and opinions. And I like how each of you actually shared three distinct points in terms of the racial reality of the country, the systemic nature of things that we need to pay attention to when it comes to race, class, power, and influence, and also trying to look at other factors that aren't always just assuming, like, because it's race involved, we just have to assume certain things. I think all of that is typically what critical analysis, I think, looks like. So I appreciate y'all for this. I don't know how y'all felt about it, but we'll see what the audience has to say, and everybody loves or hates us at this point. Why don't y'all let everybody know where they can find and support y'all? We can do Crimson, Maggie, and then Messy.
Of course, you guys can find me on the Crimson Cure channel on YouTube, but I'm the Crimson Cure everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, tap into my Instagram.
Shout out to Celine. I totally forgot that's what that was called. Grown men whining about the Sunday scaries. Child, if I didn't hear it myself, I wouldn't believe it. I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about the name.
The Crimson Cure as well.
Okay.
So I'm Maggie, the substitute teacher. I would like to use my time to respond to one more comment. You can find me everywhere. I saw a comment here from Catania Mama about me being ignorant because she would never protect her child if that child did something wrong. And that's very noble. However, I would...
Oh, Catania's mama. Maggie is ignorant. I would never protect my child if they committed a crime. The chat was chatting from what I understand, y'all.
Argue in this instance until there is irrefutable evidence that says this child is guilty. Everybody's going to be deaf, dumb, and mute and see what happens. Ask yourself, is that the exception or is that the rule? Do you see more people? Because again, like I said, I think about the macro. We can use this as a teachable moment. Do you see more people protecting their own or saying, nope, Johnny, you stole that bubble gum. Go take it back into the store and apologize.
Well, there was a time that they did make people go back and say something and apologize. But, you know, they don't do that no more because everybody can just do whatever they want. No rules. Everybody is free to do whatever the hell it is that they want to do. And then when the trouble comes, you just say racism, and that's supposed to get you on the fuck up out of there. So, you know, she, based off of what we just heard, Catania has the right to have her opinion. Catania has the right to have her opinion. It is what it is.
To the store manager. So I just wanted to respond to that. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I appreciate the comment, but yeah, you can find me everywhere as Maggie.
Yeah, and Catania, I will say, you know, a lot of people that was a little lively in this chat. Unfortunately, y'all wasn't on my side, so I ain't have time to shut y'all asses down. But that's another conversation another day, because it was on my channel. Y'all was talking reckless and doing the name calling. Y'all have been blocked over here. But yeah, Messy, what you think?
Yeah, I think that I let people rock as long as they not threatening people. So that's what we do around these parts. So shout out to y'all for hanging in there with me last night. Shout out to y'all for hanging in here with me tonight. So I'm done with it. All right. It is what it is. If I'm back, I'm back. And if I'm not, I'm not. But I'm not going to let motherfuckers play in my face. I don't care who they are. I don't care where they came from. I don't care how many people like them. I don't care. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. And for those that want to troll and say that, oh, you were scared. I ain't scared of nobody. I just know how to show fucking respect, regardless of what it is that you seem to believe or not. Because I would look like a fucking whole jackass, emotional ass, dumbass woman carrying on over there and ruining his show. That's his show. That's his house. I know y'all don't understand about showing respect in somebody else's house, but that's what I do because that's how I was taught as a black woman, is to show some fucking respect. So that's what I did. I can handle it right the fuck here. And it's open for anybody to fucking see it. You heard? That's it. That's all. so they can save that shit. And worrying about me and my hair, I don't understand why y'all be focused on the wrong thing. But again, like I say, it's always some black people who allegedly care about black people that's always got something to say about black people that don't think the way that they do. And I'm probably one of the rare people that don't think like most of y'all do. And that's okay, because it's afforded me to be where the fuck I am today. Like it or the fuck not. Shout out to all of y'all. I see you. I appreciate you. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. I guess I'll be on tomorrow at some point. We got to get an update on what's going on in the Nolan case because we keep track of all that. Appreciate y'all. I see you all in the...
And now another anti-ruckus rant brought to you by the community. Viewer and audio discretion is highly advised.
The community wants to take the word and hold up hoes, whores, OF people, people who put out STD-named lip gloss, people who have slept with anybody and everybody at any time, people who talk about the AB clinic like they go into McDonald's, people who just say whatever comes to their mind, people who make songs about scamming, people who like people to pee on them, people who like to hang out with people that could be ABCD, but because they have enough money, it's okay. And then say that that's woman empowerment. So to be a whore is woman empowerment, and that's who runs the community. Y'all stand up for whores, and everybody's just supposed to go along with it. People like Tigger go along with it. Eddie Winslow, whatever his name is, allegedly goes along with it. And people are talking about white people are the problem. Fellas, white people are not the problem. I don't care. Say what you want. White people is not the problem with the community. It's the fact that black people listen to famous people with yellow hair, pink hair, blue hair, nose.